Now you can hear me? Yes. Okay. Fixed. This is why we do this, Low on Life Inside Out. This is why we do the pre-stream audio check to make sure that you can hear me. Let's make sure you can hear everyone else in there.
We probably use about 20 or 30 of them.
I figured that was probably the case.
I've seen the cheat sheet, and I meant to ask you, Tiffy, actually. I noticed that the codes are some of them are gender divided, of like man with a gun specifically.
Okay, so now you can hear it. I am also not on full screen. You are right, Mathblade, because I wanted to share some cool images that came across our Discord. So this last weekend was the UK Games Expo in Birmingham, which allowed a lot of our EU, especially the UK, but there were, like, I know Joey traveled in for it, people that came together, and I wanted to show some of the cool pictures. Look at this cool picture from the event. Look at the grimoire up there. Yeah, I see Heather and Joey, and looks like Atticus. Oh, that's probably Lars in the back. I don't know everyone on the EU stream team as much as I probably should, but look at this cool thing. We basically, we birthed this idea of the grimoire. It's now international. Look, we even have this photo that was also taken the first day. We got Ben in there. Check out Ben. And this little grimoire flag. So that's cool, right? Yeah. Oh, Kieran was back there, right? There we go. Kieran with the pirate hat. And so I just thought I wanted to share some of the Grim from around the world things going on, right? This con happened in the UK, and a lot of people, we actually had a lot of people introduced to Clock Tower and have joined the server since, but a lot of these people were seeing each other face to face for the first time after having played a lot of Clock Tower online, which I know what that's like, having done that at some of the other cons. So that's cool. So I thought I wanted to share that with you guys. Foosball's the devil. All right, calm down there, Adam Sandler. So that's why I wanted to share those pictures before I go live. Tonight we're doing something a little different, which is to say we're going to put a spotlight on Bad Moon Rising. Bad Moon Rising, one of the base 3 scripts. It in general has, I don't want to say like a bad reputation, but the original base 3 scripts, it does feel like probably the one that gets the least amount of love. Thank you, Mr. Rozelle. Congratulations on building such a strong community. A lot of the stuff that happens around the games and the week games and stuff, like I've been, I can't really take credit, right? It's the amazing people, the storytellers that put that time and effort and doing it. Like I don't storytell nearly as much as I used to, partially because we have so many awesome people doing it that it's nice to be able to just like let it like live on its own. So they deserve all the credit. You know, everyone that was there running games. I heard Kieran was like running games like nonstop all weekend. So shout outs to Kieran. But it's the medulla oblongata, Angus McBagpipe. The medulla oblongata. Anyway, Bad Moon Rising. So I hope to get a unique perspective tonight. I hope to check in on the players and have them kind of give some thoughts about how you play BMR versus other scripts differently. I don't want to do it like a teaching thing, like here's how you run BMR or here's how you play BMR. I just want to celebrate Bad Moon Rising kind of in its entirety and show what it's capable of. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully we have some fun with it tonight. And hopefully you guys also enjoy the games. So many teeth in a toothbrush. That's why the crocodile is so angry. I'm in the Clock Tower Club, straight bluffing it. And by it, haha, let's just say it's my Ronleys. Whew. I'm not sure I can parse that sentence. That sounds too Gen Z for me. But good job, Pierce. Puka Good is a fun combo. All right, so anyways, we're gonna get going on the game. It should be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are, enjoying it tonight, and we will celebrate BMR as much as we can. Zombo Mastermind. You do have to speed up the game a little bit. It's kind of like a meta thing, right? Like the storyteller's going fast, so we know it's Zombull Mastermind. But yeah, I think a big part of that in BMR is knowing when you need to put your foot on the gas and speed up the game a little bit. Thank you, Razel. Mr. Razel, it does require different kind of reasoning and different level of deception. It's so different than most of what you can do. And it's interesting because like the characters you see on this script rarely fit as nice into other scripts because BMR is really its own thing. So anyway, I'm going to go get this game set up. You guys stay tight. We'll be back in just a minute with Bad Moon Rising. Oh, let me hit record. Thanks. There you go, Nina. Hit record. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Clock Tower here at the Grim. Tonight, we are doing something a little different. We are celebrating Bad Moon Rising, which is one of the base 3 scripts and the one that I think gets the least amount of love from the community. At least it's the most different from the rest. I am Evil Steve. I will be your stream host and storyteller for the night. I'm joined by 12 amazing acolytes who are here to celebrate along with me. Say hi, amazing acolytes.
Why, hello.
Hi, amazing acolytes.
So we were having a little discussion while the cinematic was running, and we were talking about like what we think is the most iconic character in Bad Moon Rising. And I was saying this in the pre-stream chat with the chatters before we went live with the actual game, but like a lot of times the characters on Bad Moon Rising have the hardest time fitting on other scripts, mostly because the vibe of Bad Moon Rising is such a thing. They are so tightly designed for this experience. It's hard to have certain characters on other scripts. But I thought, chat, what do you guys think is the most iconic character? And then if you guys have some ideas here, players, feel free to share what you think symbolizes the script. Let's not all speak at once. Really, watch the overtalk.
I mean, the classic is maybe the Gossip, but I like the Exorcist.
Okay, Rob likes Exorcist. I do agree. Gossip is interesting. It's very weird that a good townsfolk really kills people, you know, but it works in BMR.
I love the professor.
I feel like the grandmother is always pretty major in these.
Grandmother.
Yeah.
Grandmother's an interesting start knowing, right? Professor is probably the strongest character in the entire Clock Tower game, I would think, right? It's at least if you're building scripts, you really have to be careful about the professor.
I had a fantastic Professor Rez Friday night on Sam's stream.
What were you going to say, Jerry? I saw you had your hand up.
Oh yeah, I'm for me it's always Taylor, because it's like I feel like it's the only character that's like actively trying to get you to like think about meting the storyteller and like getting into the storyteller's head a little bit, which is just not. It's very BMR.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that also makes it a hard script to run for a new storyteller, is like your decisions there are very important, right? And what you do and what you don't do, and you know you can't meta someone that doesn't know what they're doing, right? So in some ways, it's harder. So chat's favorite character, the one I see mentioned the most, is the goon. Everyone's saying the goon, which is pretty interesting. The goon is an iconic. The goon is actually an outsider that I think does find its way into custom scripts quite a bit. Even though, you know, there's not necessarily as many minions that target on the other scripts, but yeah, the goon's got to be a solid outsider. It's a good outsider. What are you thinking, Rob?
I mean, it's a weird script. I mean, we have a tea lady that's doing scientific research in her kitchen, you know, like it's just bizarre.
Yeah, we'll get into that with chat too, like the lore of what the heck's going on in this town. It's like Bad Moon Rising, right? And it's got like a tea lady, but it's also got a professor that literally brings people back from the dead. Like there's that level of science in this world.
Sailor is always science mixed with DA shenanigans. It's the game of science, really.
BMR
It is a science forward game.
Is the science script, but like I mean, if we're even talking about game mechanics, just in lore, like is the professor supposed to be like we're going to like fantasy elements now, where it's like Dr. Frankenstein bringing people back from the dead, right? Like that's essentially what we're talking, that level of lore in the Clock Tower universe, and zombies are real, I guess. So
I always think
lawyers.
of Gilgan's
Lawyers are
Island
real
when I think of
too.
the professor, but I don't know.
it is interesting, right? That literal minion, an evil person, is just a lawyer that argues like logic. I don't know.
Played a whole game about that last week.
We did.
Yes, we did. So we are going to have some fun with this tonight, and like I was saying, I'm just going to be checking in you guys throughout the course of the game, and just kind of, if you guys, you know, when you're explaining some of your thought process, just in the context of BMR, what you're thinking, or necessarily what you're doing, and how it might differ from like other custom scripts. I think it's going to be interesting, because I would really like people to essentially start giving Bad Moon Rising more of a chance. Bryant put it best. He got sick, so he dropped out at the last minute. But Bryant said the base 3 scripts, BMR is his least favorite. And yet, it is still his 3rd favorite script in all of Clock Tower. I do like that view. It's a good view. Even if it's the like ranked 3rd, it's still really good in the grand scheme of what Clock Tower can be.
I think it's neat because you get into a lot of situations that just can't happen in any other script, and it makes it fun sometimes. You know, like it's.
Yeah, how often do you wake up with 5 people dying at night? I mean, I guess Yaga Babel exists, so you got to be careful. But in general, it's a little harder.
Like the only information you get is from deaths, though. So people have to die for you to learn things.
Yeah. But I'm good. Don't execute me. Why are we executing me? I'm a good player. Yeah. That's
our
S&V
who showcased off the Shabaloth as a script winner. What was the name of that script again?
Arise.
Are we talking about Denny Boy's Arise?
Yes.
That's Denny's script, right? So that script just turned the demon, the Shabaloth, just does so much work in that script, and it's amazing. It's an amazing script, and it really shows you like how wacky it can become in Bad Moon Rising, right? Because that script is designed to sort of even more showcase the Shabaloth, but it's really fascinating, like how different each of these demons are.
Agreed. So I'm going to go build a bag, and we're going to see what demon we're doing for game 1. We are playing 2 games of Bad Moon Rising tonight. Maybe 3 if you guys decide to day 1 re-rack. But Bad Moon Rising probably least likely to happen from all the scripts. So we'll be back in just a minute with some action. Chat, how are you guys doing? I'm wondering if you guys have any... if you have channel points and you'd like to request certain characters, now is a great time to do it. Even if you were to redeem, we got to talk about the basically the biggest elephant in the room. The most dreaded of demon minion combos is the Zomboul Mastermind, because Zomboul games just go long. The Zomboul, if you're not aware, right, the Zomboul is a demon that can only kill the first time you die. Well, let's just say the first time you die, you still live secretly, but at night you can only kill if nobody died during the day. So evil loses its ability to kill people, and in exchange, it's harder for the demon. They have to second guess and waste their time executing dead players that might be the Zomboul. You pair that with the Mastermind. That means once the demon is actually executed, the game goes one more day, and sometimes you have to kill the demon 3 times before the game actually ends. So of all the games that have the potential to go the longest, that's definitely the one that you gotta be aware of. But I think at a certain point, as a storyteller, you just kind of have to start speeding the game up. It might go 7-8 days. You just got to make the days a little shorter. Zomboul Mastermind and Adam Minstrel. Whew. Motaro is barfing at the thought of Zomboul Mastermind. So if you have a request that you would like to do, let's get them in right now. I see I got a couple in here that I got to put back in. Nobody so far has included a roll in the bag. So I'm apt to probably start with just a random and see where we end up and then adjust it. We have 50% chance at a goon if we're just doing random. So when you're watching the stream, there's like the concept of channel points. So the more you watch, the more channel points you earn. Just passively watching, and also by clicking the little icon that popped up at the bottom. If you're a sub, you earn more points a little faster. And once you've accumulated enough watch time, you basically can redeem those points. Hello, it's Dismas. First time chat. I'm new. How do you request? Okay, so I can show you. I can show you real quick. Let me just show you. I'm gonna mute this real quick. So you can see my screen in theory here. Wait, hang on. down here, you'll have this thing called Raven's Feathers. Oh my God. Infinite loop. And in that thing, you can do a choose a method of death for 1,500 points. You have to have 1,500 points though. And you can get those just by watching. It's turned off. We need to fix that. Is it actually turned off? Viewer rewards, power up. It is turned off. It's currently turned off because of Legacy. It's back on now. All right, it should now be on. So if you had that option disabled, it's now enabled. Method of death was enabled, but the actual included roll in the bag was disabled. I think it's only 1,500, not 15,000, right? Oh, it is 15,000. Yeah, sorry, we upped it. We upped it a lot because we were getting so many. All right. We do have a request. Rock and Rolla is going to request the goon in the bag. That was your guys' favorite. The goon is absolutely perfect. It's balanced by it adds an extra potential evil, and it can drunk good players. So yeah, for sure, it's a good one. I think the one thing that didn't survive the transition, I've talked about this on stream before, the Lunatic in person, especially with like new players, is very interesting and kind of works. Once you've played enough, and when you play online where private chatting is so common, it's very hard for the Lunatic to really be tricked for more than a day or two. So I think it loses its power level a little bit in online play. Yeah, you know what? I am so sorry, Caldy Cat. I wish YouTube let you earn points and do redemptions like that. They don't have that system. Like Twitch has really built that like live stream interaction, and YouTube's a little lagging behind. We need to get YouTube to add the things. Jeffy's gonna request the mastermind. Jeffy, check it out. Gift subs. William doing a little dance. I still need to update it with sound. I have a version with sound. It needs to be updated. So Goon and Mastermind. All right. I think for the first game, I'm interested in doing a Shab. Unless one of you guys... Jeffy did do the Mastermind, Dave. You guys really want the Mastermind Zombo Mastermind. All right. If we're going to do that, how do we speed the game up? I mean, I guess you don't really speed it up, right? Gossip, Fool. Minstrel. All right. Thack is actually forced. I was actually about to come here and be like, no, we don't need a Zombul. But Thack has actually requested a Zombul on behalf of YouTube. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, I don't know which order it came in, but I'm going to reject the one from Dave just because the one I saw first was the one from Thack. So I might have got it in the wrong order. I did get it in the wrong order. I should have done it the other way around. Sorry, Thack. Just keep watching. You can request something for game 2. All right, so we'll do Zombul. And then in order to help speed up the game, we're going to do a Godfather. And we'll do Tinker Moonchild. Gossip's fun, Full Minstrel. Sure, why not? Tea Lady. Courtney is wild. Chambermaid. Let's throw a grandmother in. Okay, wait. Can good actually solve with this? With the gossip, a fool. Maybe the fool's a bit much. Fool kind of makes sense with the minions we have. Let's leave Tea Lady out. And we can do Exorcist. Pacifist in place of Chambermaid. Chambermaid can nail the Zomboul. They can only pick alive players, which is wild. Pacifist. I feel like using a pacifist with the Zomboul. I don't know. Yeah, we kind of want this going faster. I'm gonna go with this. Chambermaid might be powerful. That's cool. We're gonna roll with it. All right, let's pass out these characters and see where they land. We have a mastermind and a Zomboul. So I mean, we can give Professor as a bluff. Tea Lady's fun to give to the evil team. And we'll Innkeeper. We do have a mastermind next to a fool, which is good for the Tea Lady, isn't it? Kind of. Not if they go the other way. We do have one minion that picks that can hit the goon, and of course the Zomboul can also hit the goon. Who picks? On the good side, we have Exorcist that picks, and we have Chambermaid that picks. So those are the two ways to flip the goon back. So we have two on each side. Seems fairly. We'll swap out Professor. Professor's kind of a weird one to give. You just think, oh, I tried it and it didn't work, so we'll leave that alone. Okay. Any other setup abilities? The Grandmother. You know, let's do a minstrel grandchild across the street. Oh, Discord notifications. I'm hearing him too. Why is my Discord... Okay, hang on. My Discord normally, what the heck? Come on. My Discord is supposed to go into do not disturb mode when I start streaming. And it for some reason it didn't do it tonight. I do apologize for those of you who got stuck with that. Also, besides Jeffy, Rock and Roll still gifted out a sub during all that, so that's awesome. Is that really the only setup we have to do? Wow. We'll see how Bad Moon Rising plays out when there's not a lot of setup.
I made these things. I made these Dobby.
Oh,
Players, you should now have your roles.
Oh, sorry.
I'll let you finish showing before I turn the cameras off. Go ahead, Juan. Chat wants to see too.
I was showing a Dobby that I crocheted. This is Dobby, although he looks like a goof. I have a little head wig.
Aww.
And a sorting hat.
Aw, they're so adorable.
But you made all of it.
So beautiful, so adorable. Fuck J.K. Rowling. Anyways.
Exactly. Exactly. Good night, everyone.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, so let's look at the night order. We'll start with the minion info. Wake one. These are your minions. This is the demon. We'll wake the demon, and we'll say, these are your minions. These characters are not in play. Then we'll go chat with Coulson for a minute.
Hello, Steve.
Colson, you are the Zombull. It was a request from channel points. It was the most requested zombie from both Twitch and YouTube. What do you think? How do you think about the Zombull?
Well, it is arguably the most iconic character in BMR. It's not my favorite by any means, but here I am. Yeah, I think the Tea Lady would be my choice for most interesting character. I think the game almost always revolves around a Tea Lady when there's a Tea Lady in play.
Yeah, what you do with the Tea Lady makes, a lot of sense. Like, it's always science, right? You're always trying to execute the neighbors of the Tea Lady, right?
Yep, it's either protection or information. Yeah.
Yeah. That being said, I don't know if you saw the bluffs I gave you. You did get Tea Lady as a bluff. So if that's what you're interested in doing, then
I'll tell you. I think my goal is to get into a double claim, so I won't be using any of the bluffs.
That's a pretty interesting strategy.
Yep. I think that'll frame me as a minion by the end of the game if I'm in a double claim. They won't want to execute me twice.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense, right? Like if you're the minion, you're definitely not, the demon. So why waste double executing you?
That's my hope. Yep.
All right. Well, good luck, Colson.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, Kitty gets you bonus points. Let's get Johnny in here. Johnny Ace, how are you doing?
I'm all right. Really quickly, hi chat. Happy Pride.
Yeah, happy Pride month.
Yes, queer joy is important. So all the queerdos, we all need to be very happy, even though things can be tough. That's it. That's all I want to say about that.
So as the Godfather, it is one of the more iconic minions as well, right? Like it's one of those ones where like it gives evil extra killing power, but only if town is, executing outsiders, which can be tricky sometimes.
And if evil is coordinating correctly as well.
Correct. I will let you start. I will start by telling you all the outsiders that are in play, and that is the Tinker, the Moonchild, and the Goon.
And the Goon. Awesome. Okay, cool. Sounds good to me.
And we'll see how much killing action you get. Hopefully a lot.
Sounds good. All right. Yep. Hopefully.
Is it really? Kind of. Boffin learns some information. Spy learns information. Widow learns information. There's a decent amount of minions, I think, that learn something. But it's a very powerful information. Godfather -1 can oftentimes be really powerful, but the default is obviously you go to Godfather +1, which adds an outsider to the bag. But it does take away the ability for evil to bluff. If you do a Godfather -1, then evil has a way to bluff an outsider. So it makes people question things. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Ash is gonna learn grandchild.
Hello.
Hey Ash, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Grandmother was one of the townsfolk that came up as being fairly iconic at the start of the chat.
That is pretty fair.
Yeah, it's a very unique you start knowing role because it's powerful in that a good player and exactly what role they have, but you can't openly advertise that. Either you kind of paint a target on their back, which can backfire, right?
It's higher risk as you start to near the end of the game because you never obviously you tend to not make that information public, but there's always the chance that demon will just kill your grandchild at any point, and you kind of have to consider that as you go further in the game. Sometimes you'll see people killing the grandmother during the day just so that they don't get 2 deaths at night and can slowly ease their way towards the end of the game. It sometimes ends up being the best strategy when you just don't know where the demon's going to kill.
Although it is also true that sometimes it kind of acts like that version confirmation when 2 deaths happen and it's your grandchild. That's also really powerful, right?
If it happens earlier in the game, it can even be more powerful, but it starts to become more and more of a risk as you get later on.
It also gives you someone to just trust off the bat.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I think
Especially
I think there's only one instance where a grandmother can learn false information. I guess there's the sailor drunk, of course.
Yeah, the sailor is what I'm thinking of instantly.
You could, in theory, have a really mean courtier that drinks with the grandmother.
I don't think he I don't think they'd ever choose that because they cannot be turned evil in this specific script. But I think there probably are scripts where you could have a very mean courtier who is in fact evil. But
yeah, and Puka, of course.
Generally, you'll see courtier going after one of the demons or the minions.
Yep.
I don't think I've seen anyone try to junk a goon before.
Nope, Anderson. But then also, unless you're Puka sniped, you're pretty much in the clear. So I will start you off by letting you know, Ash, that your grandchild is Denny Boy, the minstrel.
Oh, minstrel's also a very risky one. That'll be fun.
So you go have fun with that.
Yes, love minstrels in this game. It is very good information, so I'm very happy to have minstrel as my grandchild.
Yep. You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Bye, Ash. So funny thing with Pride is that I commissioned somebody to do like a Pride Grim logo for our Discord server and Twitch and stuff. It hasn't come through yet, but it'll be coming this month. I'm working on it. They didn't meet the October 1st. Sorry, June 1st delivery date. October. What am I talking about? Let's get Becca in here. Hey, Becca.
Hello. Thank you for saving me from the fantasy football discussion.
Fantasy football, we're in June, guy. Oh my God, it actually is coming up pretty soon, isn't it? It's like 2 months away. We did a whole fantasy football thing on our server last year, so it was fun. It was fun. I know. Yeah, you did it, Becca. You didn't have fun?
No, I did have fun, but I also only did it so I could draft Travis Kelce.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Then, I'll take it. So in this case, you are playing one of... I think I would rate this as one of the most powerful townsfolk in all of Clock Tower. The ability to mechanically understand if people are lying or not. Not why they're lying, right? Because everyone has a reason to lie. But if they're lying or not, you can learn that based on what you learn. So, Becca, who are you going to pick as the chambermaid on the first night? Is there any strategy to it?
I personally don't have a ton of strategy to it. I feel like normally when I have this kind of characters, I pick my neighbors just because it's easy. But I think for chambermaid, I'm going to pick two people that I think are likely to lie to me on day one.
Okay.
Because that's just how it works. So we're going to pick McKay and JR.
All right, you pick McKay and JR, and you learn 0.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Becca. So I did see the question. I think it was divided by 0. Like, why is Outsider -1 so powerful? So the reason it's powerful is like you're kind of trading that ability to kill and trading it for free bluffs, right? So for instance, you don't really want to execute outsiders. All the outsiders do bad stuff on the script. So if you know you have Godfather -1 and you know exactly what outsiders are in play, you as the Godfather or your demon just essentially get to bluff as that outsider. And when the outsider count is not modified, like there's no extra outsiders, there's no missing outsiders, in theory, it helps you blend in. I think that's why the Godfather -1 is so powerful. It opens up free bluff space in the outsiders for the evil team. The trade-off is you're getting less kills. And if you do a Godfather +1, you're diluting the townsfolk pool, but you're probably getting more kills. So I don't know if it's more powerful. I think it's a very fine tool that you have to be careful when you apply. And yeah, that's basically it, right? Like Ho-Ho said, like the Godfather -1, the people bluff an outsider, generally trusted. Godfather -1 into 0 outsiders. Yeah, if you're the only outsider, then you know you're safe, right? All right, that's going to do it. So I'll try to keep the days speedy for BMR because we know it's going to generally be a longer game, probably. And we'll wake them up and see how it goes. Oh, I wanted to read this actually. Let me. There's a spiel that's at the beginning. I'll read that. Here we go.
He's getting his demon info, don't worry.
Yeah.
Right.
And we have a winner, and the winner is McKay.
Hooray!
You're the best.
The sun is swallowed by a jagged horizon as another winter's day surrenders to the night. Flecks of orange and red decay into deeper browns, the forest transforming in a silent anticipation of the coming snow. Ravenous wolves howl from the bowels of a rocky crevasse beyond the town borders, sending birds scattering from their cozy rooks. My bad. Travelers hurry into the inn, seeking shelter from the gathering chill. They warm themselves with hot tea, sweet strains of music, and hearty ale, unaware that strange and nefarious eyes stalk them from the ruins of this once great city. Tonight, even the livestock know there is a bad moon rising. Welcome to Bad Moon Rising. Unfortunately, I was murdered in my sleep last night. Don't let that hamper any of your celebrations in our inn as we gather around the warm fire. I'll give you guys 4 minutes on the first day, and we'll reconvene after that.
You know, Fredo,
he said the
I think I'm pulling one out of your book today.
Oh, what's that?
Only if you also hard claim.
I'll hard claim.
Okay. Do I trust you? Yeah, I trust you. I'm the minstrel.
I'm the fool. This is going to be a really bad roll swap.
Yeah, let's not do this as a roll swap. Wait,
No,
you're the
let's do
fool.
this as a roll swap.
What were you expecting me to give you that will be a good roll swap for a fool?
No, I'm the fool. Anything's good to roll swap with the fool because then they'll
try to kill me and my ability will be gone.
we want them to kill me, so we want them to think that I'll die.
Shanann.
I mean, I'm definitely the gambler, and I want to gamble you as the grandmother.
You want to grandma me as the gambler?
grandma you as the gambler. Yes.
Well, glad we got that clarified. Wonderful. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Thanks, Ash.
So fun thing, right? Gambler is very powerful, but you have to get people to trust you because evil people say, I'm the gambler, tell me your role. And it's very scary, right? So it is definitely the kind of thing that you have to be cautious about. That's one of the classic BMR lines, like, I'm the gambler, what are you?
What would you like to do?
Okay, yeah, you can just say I hard claimed fool to you. That's fine if that's what you want. So you figured out.
Awesome.
Hello, not much. What would you like to do?
I'll match whatever you want to do.
All right. I'm the goon.
I'm the exorcist.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Good times.
All right.
Well, this was productive.
Yeah, this was very productive. I mean, you can keep me good, but that's also probably not the most productive use of your time.
One's cooked.
I don't know. Maybe
I keep it secret, Ash.
I mean, if you're the demon, you wouldn't
him.
have to worry about it. You wouldn't
No,
have
I
to
would
tell
just
anyone.
kill Danny and fuck around and find out. Before she free you, I'm not the demon.
Then what are you?
The gossip. What are you?
Yeah, the gossip's gonna keep it secret.
Yeah, the common rose, you are
gossip that you're his
100%
grandmother.
true.
If you tell me that you're his grandmother, if you don't tell me that you're his grandmother, I'm gonna gossip that you're his grandmother.
Fine, then I'm Denny's grandmother.
Yeah. With your sword. Evil Steve, I was just telling Fredo about his awesome sword that I designed for him in the latest Legacy that we just posted not too long ago. If chat hasn't watched it, they should definitely go watch it.
Go check it out.
All right.
Bye.
There's info in the bluffs, so tell me what they were.
Yeah. My bluffs was gossip, exorcist, and tea lady.
That's fun. Cool.
Ooh,
Well,
look at
you want to
that.
do one of those, and I won't tell anyone
Bluffing.
else what just transpired.
Lunatic.
Yeah, let's go with gossip for now.
Sure, I haven't heard of a gossip yet.
Okay, yeah, so I'll just say I'm gossip, so that way Evil doesn't know that I figured out I'm lunatic. I saw you and Coulson. Coulson was also shady, and then just like, or playing fool. I'm like, all right, fine.
Point at Coulson tonight and see what happens. I dare you.
Okay. All right. What about you? We have a few seconds left. What would you like to tell me about you?
I am the exorcist, which is how I know that you must not be the demon
Okay.
because exorcist is not a demon bluff. And I can
Right,
exercise
yeah.
you tonight, and that'll double make sure. How about that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. Good.
For the record, it is very nice looking buff.
Wait, we're showing buffs.
Mine are all
Does JR have a buff?
JR was asking or talking about.
I think I have 30. It's unhealthy.
I have about 30.
I only have one. I have a Kasaya tribe buff.
That's a good one to have.
Why are my sound effects all messed up? I don't know what's going on.
I don't
Juan,
hear
does that mean I
that.
can gamble you?
Update.
Yeah.
Done.
I heard the automated timer twice, but I didn't hear the manual gong at all. Very weird.
I didn't hear either.
The app's being interesting today. Welcome back to the inn at the center of town. While you guys are gathered here in the warmth of the fire, I think it would be a good time for us to share any bits of gossip we might have heard around town. So if you'd like to say anything and even make a formal gossip, I will call on you and you can have the floor. We'll start with Coulson.
I will gossip there is a lunatic in play.
Gossip heard. Quinn.
I will gossip that no outsiders neighbor each other.
Gossip heard. Johnny Ace.
I will gossip that the demon is on the left side of the Grim, myself and Juan included.
Exclusive. Gossip heard. Ninja Nina.
Gossip that there is only 2 outsiders in this game.
Gossip heard. Denny Boy.
May I please gossip that Ash, McKay, Quinn, or Johnny Ace, one of them is the demon.
Gossip heard. Rob.
I'd like to gossip the storyteller meta that there is a Zambul in play because he only gave us 4 minutes to talk during the day.
Gossip heard. Juan.
In that case, I would like to gossip that there's no way Evil Steve would subject us to a Mastermind Zumbul game. So my gossip is there's no Ace Zumbul and Mastermind in this game together, I guess.
Gossip heard. Fredo.
I would like to gossip that the demon exists between Coulson and Juan, inclusive clockwise.
Gossip heard.
Fredo says there's gonna be a death tonight.
On the gossip, yeah.
I'm taking someone down, is what he says.
All right. Feel free to have more spirited discussions, but whenever you're ready, nominations are open.
Well, first of all, did anyone get into a conversation with Rob where Rob said that he was the gambler?
Denny, you said if I told you that, you would nominate me, not if I told other people that.
That is correct. I still might do it anyway.
Quinn would like to nominate McKay.
Quinn nominates McKay. Tell us why, Quinn.
I am legally obligated to fulfill McKay's prize, which is nomination for winning the When Will Steve Start Day 1 game. So I'm fulfilling an obligation here. If McKay wants to explain why they should not die, they may do so.
McKay.
I would rather not die at this time just because I am the greatest at determining when Steve will finish setting up BMR.
Cool. It'll take 6 votes.
I can't vote on that.
To put McKay on the block.
Ooh, Coulson. Interesting.
No, Coulson, I'll be there with you.
Go for a private chat.
You and Denny as well. I'm there with you guys.
Thanks.
3 is not enough. McKay is safe for the day.
What the hell?
Fredo gossiped essentially that everyone except for him was the
I'll
demon.
nominate Coulson.
McKay nominates Coulson. Tell us why.
I heard that there's a fortune teller, yes, on Coulson.
Well, I guess Fredo
That's a
Fredo
damn
must
good
have heard that
reason.
information too. There's a lot of very accurate guessing that I'm the demon, so go ahead, I guess.
All right.
The demon's just out there.
6 votes to put Coulson on the block.
Fortune teller, yes, is pretty powerful. I'm definitely.
I agree.
5 is not enough. Coulson is safe for the day.
I'll nominate Quinn.
Johnny Ace nominates Quinn. Tell us why.
Because they did not have the conviction behind their own nomination and didn't even vote for it.
Quinn.
I was simply fulfilling my obligation to the rules of the game. Take that as you will.
With a lack of conviction.
6 votes needed.
Rob, if we had passion all the time, the gays would rule everything, all right? We gotta let you heteros have a fair chance.
Okay, but Quidditch Pride Month.
Happy
No,
Choose
good point. Where's my on guard bitch?
Somebody roll the tape back. Either way, his
band that
gossip was
has
true
On
for
Guard
sure.
Bitch on it from Death Becomes Her the musical on. Let me find this.
That is a great movie, by the way.
Quinn can no longer vote today.
Yeah, like, wait, you want to do it more at
God.
night? Nah, do it now. I love
Okay,
it.
Was that a mic
that
drop?
nominates Fredo.
Becca nominates Fredo. Tell us more.
Fredo, we didn't talk today. How are you doing? Would you like to die?
No, I
That's
would
what I
not
heard,
like
rock
to
and roller.
die, but at the same time, if I must, I must. But also, hello, Becca. How are you?
Ooh.
Okay, he was nice. I'm not gonna vote on it.
6 is the number. Essentially, I
Coulson, put
heard
your hand
from
down.
Coulson to Juan,
That's pretty
clockwise inclusive, which is everyone except for him, is what I heard. That's what I internalized.
Danny, I can't. What? Both of y'all. I was in solidarity voting with you guys.
2's not enough, Fredo.
I don't want
Safe.
you to get enough votes. I don't want you to die, but I gotta
No.
vote.
Ash Coulson is not the zealot. He didn't vote on Quinn.
Alas,
darn.
I could not locate my on guard bitch.
Oh.
I mean, you sound so sad.
Sad trombone sound.
I am sad. What else is gay in my room? I need something gay. God. My room is so
Shirt. So
I have one shrub of fake time. That's all I have. That's all that qualifies me.
Quinn, you do know you exist in your own room.
You're right there. You're in the space.
You're good, good.
You are perfect for us, Quinn.
Rob, your hand is up.
I think Fredo was first, actually.
Fredo.
Fredo would like to nominate Ninja Nina.
Fredo nominates Ninja Nina. Tell us why.
Well, I mean, we had a lovely conversation today, so I can't say it's a Mara Joy thing. I just think our conversation was so good, and we talked about our roles, and this would probably be a good thing for science.
Nina?
Science. No science. It's not science. There is no science here. I'm an outsider. We don't need to kill me. We could have a godfather, and that would be bad.
Are you? Ooh, you're a
Roll those
mustache.
dice.
No, I'm not a mustache. I'm a tinker.
Even okay, that sounds like perfect size, to be honest.
No!
6 is the number.
Wow, really?
I think if you're gonna feed one outsider to the Godfather, it should be the Tinker.
No, it should be the
Actually,
it should be the goon, yeah.
I personally disagree.
5's not enough. Nina's safe. Rob.
Especially day one where almost certainly.
Rob nominates Ash.
Rob nominates Ash. Tell us why.
Sorry, Ash. I just think, based on the role you told me, if it's true, you shouldn't mind dying that much, and it might not. It might result in less confusion about number of deaths later in the game. So I think it's actually a good kill.
Ash.
Indifferent, really?
Ash, are you actually Denny's grandmother? You motherfucker.
If there's an innkeeper, please protect me tonight. Goodness gracious, everyone.
6 is the number.
We should not vote on this. Ash is confirmed. And there's an innkeeper who can protect me.
Okay.
If you say not, we won't.
Denny speaks and the hands go down.
No, I will.
I love you too.
1 is not enough. Ash is safe. That's 6 nominations. Half the town has been nominated.
Oh, let's just vote on someone.
Final
Denny
call.
nominates JR.
Denny Boy nominates JR. Tell us
For
why.
science. For science.
Science.
JR.
There is no. I have no science. I'm very sorry. I have no science. Please no. Thank you.
It's science if you're evil.
Oh, but I'm not.
Tough. Tough. This is tough.
I know.
6 is the number.
How many nominations are we at?
This is 7.
That's number 6.
This could be a long game, friends.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Just kidding. I'm not putting myself.
5 is not enough. JR is safe.
I'll nominate
This
Becca,
great town
please.
crier info.
All right, JR nominates Becca. Tell us why.
Science.
There is no science involved. This is
I
a
don't
fact,
think there's
no?
science on this scrim, you guys. I think we're just kidding ourselves.
Let's just keep getting 5 votes every time.
Actually, Loki, like I'm so sorry, Becca. If you told the truth to me, I'm very sorry.
Oh, I lied to you so hard.
Oh, okay. Then...
Oh, can I put 2 hands up?
Yes, I lied to you, okay? The only person I did not lie to was Quinn.
Then we should vote for Becca. She lied to me.
6 is the number.
I'm not voting on it.
I
Becca
lied
told
to
me
you
the
for a
truth.
good reason.
Do you really want me to take my hand down, Becca?
Yes, please.
We're gonna get 5 again.
We
have to
don't
vote here,
need to
sorry.
kill people. There's no board talks on the script. We can have a deathless day 1, you guys.
I feel like this is a
No,
little deja
Ash.
vu, but
No,
5 is not enough.
Can we nominate Ash again?
No.
This is
nominated.
legacy.
Has Johnny Ace, have you been nominated?
He has not been nominated.
You should say
Someone nominate Johnny Ace. I know nothing about Johnny Ace. Let's get Johnny Ace.
Final call.
Juan, we're looking at you.
Sure. One nomination, Johnny Ace.
Oh, man. God, I shouldn't have said damn thing.
Oh,
Tell
I
us
thought
more.
that's what you meant to want me to do. In case, let's get 5 because I'm loving this so far. And let's see how many 5s can we get, please.
Probably a Zombul bull game. It'd be
This
nice
is
to not
just
let the Zombul
silly. My defense is this is silly. Let's just see what we get tomorrow.
Rob does make a good point. If we don't kill, then the Zombul gets to kill tonight.
6
If it's
is
a Zombul, that's 1 of 4.
There's a
No,
approximately
no,
90%
it's 1 of 1.
chance there's a
It's
zombie.
what? Yeah, it's definitely a Zombul game.
It's a Zombul game.
this is way too early to be
more
betting
hand.
story.
One more hand. One more
Okay.
hand. One more hand.
Yeah,
there it is.
5 is not 6. Johnny Ace is safe for the day.
Waste of
You should
time.
nominate 1.
This 5-vote meme is awesome tonight. This
Bringing this day to a
I'm loving
close
this.
I'm sick of with the 5-vote
in
meme.
This
3.
is insane.
2.
This is bad shit. JR has a hand up.
JR.
I would like to gossip that the demon has not been nominated today.
Gossip her. Good night, everyone. Nobody's executed, nobody dies.
I love this bit.
Oh my god.
That's a fun bit. Waiting to gossip until literally the last second, right? Wow. 9 nominations and they couldn't get 6. Kind of wild.
Legacy, so I could have nominated a second time.
I love this script. I love this
Why?
script.
So we can get another.
Look at all the roles we're not going to. Sailor, Innkeeper, Courtier, Gambler, Devil's Advocate, Lunatic. All the way to Ninja Nina the Exorcist. Wild.
I hope the Poe charges.
I love this game, guys. This is good bits, guys.
So stupid.
Right, Pierce?
This is the game
Nominates
I
everyone,
needed
cast my
today.
votes,
I'm
refuses
not
to
having a
elaborate.
bad day, but this is just the game I needed anyway.
Oh my god,
Okay.
I so need. I had a parent try to file a complaint against me at work because
Hey there, Nina.
That was a bit. That was a very funny day.
That's
I
a
kind of want to
day.
pick Johnny Ace.
Yeah, is that your final answer?
Yep, that's my final answer.
So a question, because Exorcist can be powerful, but even when you hit the demon, it's not like, unlike other scripts, there's a lot of reasons that demons don't kill on this script, right? So how do you feel about like the Exorcist and BMR?
So I will tell you, like day 1, what I did was I wanted to find a Tinkerer, which it was hilarious that I found McKay claiming Tinkerer immediately. So I can claim Tinkerer and hopefully not get killed at night. And I'm hoping to at least maybe try to eliminate some people as possibly the demon
Fair.
instead of necessarily hitting the demon.
Yeah, so it's kind of there's another role kind of like that, right? Like I'm trying to think of what it is where it's kind of like when I get a fortune teller no, you're kind of happier than when you get a fortune teller yes.
Yeah, the preacher will do that. The snake charmer can do that. You know, I know these people are not the demon.
That's true. That's true. It's a very scary one to do with snake charmer, but same concept. So we're gonna go with Johnny Ace.
Yep, we're going with Johnny Ace.
All right, Johnny Ace. It is. Thank you, Nina.
You. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, Steve.
Colston, you actually get a kill. Surprise, surprise.
It's not a very high value kill since I don't really know what anybody's role is, but yeah.
No, you didn't get any information?
I got a little bit from Fredo. Hey, Steve, in the spirit of this BMR night, I want to play some BMR word association with you, if you don't mind.
Hey, how's that work?
If I was to say to you, innkeeper, tea lady, what's the third role that comes to mind?
Fool.
Fool. Were those my bluffs?
Innkeeper, tea lady, and gambler were your bluffs. Close. Close.
See, when I told you I didn't need the bluffs, I didn't write them down, and then I remembered that I was supposed to tell my minions.
So you actually wanted your bluffs.
I remembered innkeeper, tea lady. I did not remember the last one.
Innkeeper, tea lady, gambler was the 3.
All right, cool.
I was like, what's the association? Not dying. Oh, perfect. No.
I was
Fool.
just trying to trick you. All right.
Very nice.
Well, Denny said that Ash is his grandmother, so let's try to speed the game up and kill Denny. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Denny boy it is. Thank you. Well, that's 2 deaths right there. Johnny Ace does not get a kill. Fredo gets a kill. Who do you kill if you're Fredo? Oh, there was no prediction. How did I forget the prediction? Mods, you guys should have done a prediction. We can still do a prediction. Will the game end with Coulson? Yeah, we're just gonna do which team wins. It's just the easiest, especially doing it so late. And I think it's still up in the air. We could do 4 deaths tonight. We could. Okay, so think about it logically, right? We have 2 powerful townsfolk in Nina the Exorcist and Becca the Chambermaid. You don't really want to gossip kill yourself. If we kill a Moonchild, that's probably... If I gossip kill the Tinker, that's mean. If I kill a minion, it's too early. I guess I'm going to gossip kill Rob. And drunk the Fool? I could gossip kill the Fool, but with Fredo's gossip, it's kind of weird. Oh, this is a tough one. If I kill the Fool, it's just like a blind death, right? When Fredo knows that he gossiped something that should have killed. Yeah. It's a town. You got to think about it. It's a townsfolk ability. It's supposed to help town. But he did gossip something that guaranteed a death. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Gossip killing the Tinker. I mean, gossip killing the Tinker takes away our ability to cover the Zombo later. I'm gonna gossip kill. We're gonna gossip kill the fool and take away the 1 life, and we'll see where we go from here. Hey, Becca.
I'm somehow not dead.
You are not dead, Becca.
I was so expecting to be dead after begging JR to take a vote off me. Okay, I didn't think about this because I really thought I was gonna die. Cool. Let's pick Quinn and Nina.
All right, you pick Quinn and Nina, and you learn 0.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Becca was drunked by the goon. It should have been a 1 because Nina did wake up. But maybe Quinn plays outed goon later, and that is not good. I should have said a 2 maybe. Nah, I think a 1 is still the best there. I'm sorry. I think a 0 is still the best there. Yeah, we got 2 deaths coming in. So, Fact, you haven't. If you want to just type a second one, I'll use it. Even if you don't type the points, I'll let you get a second death in if you type it really fast because I'm about to wake him up. The other thing, you guys are right. Gossip killing Fredo with a gossip like that is 100% something that we should consider because he essentially gossiped and said kill someone, so I could just kill him. Nah, we're gonna run it. We're gonna run it. All right, let's wake him up.
Up again.
Okay. Yeah.
Good morning, players. Last night, unfortunately, Ash died by sitting with her legs crossed for too long, creating a blood clot that dislodged when they stood up, causing a pulmonary embolism. Sorry about that, Ash.
Honestly,
Whoa.
realistic.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
that.
But also, Denny Boy died. I thought they found a cool fishing lure in a scrapyard, but it was actually the cesium-137 core of an abandoned radiation therapy machine. Jesus, chat, what are you guys on tonight with your death redemptions?
Cesium-137.
I don't take any responsibility for
Do we
this.
have
Performance.
what kind of doctors do we have in the chat?
Ash, it
Actually,
wasn't
no,
me
not
who said that
radioactive.
you were the grandmother, so someone did.
Huh?
I didn't know cesium was radioactive. That's things we're learning.
Brutal.
Coulson or Fredo, you want to chat?
I also have a death request from Math Blade I somehow missed from earlier. So I'll do that for the next one.
What up, Ash?
Oh, I hate that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Good luck.
If anyone comes out as innkeeper, I'm just gonna tell them to go jump in a river. So
I'm with you. I'll tell you I picked Johnny Ace last night.
okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's good to know. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Gosh dang it.
What are you thinking about last night? Oh, no, he's gone.
Johnny Ace. I did tell.
It wasn't me who said that I'm
No,
the
I
grandson.
know, but I'm still not taking it. I told you would regret it if we wouldn't, and you're probably regretting it.
You didn't have to say anything at all. You could have just not said anything.
To be fair, I didn't think about it, but it was not me who said it in public.
Did you tell Quinn in a private chat?
No,
Gosh,
not really.
All right. Well, I say ba. All right. Well, I was your minstrel, as you know. So
Yeah, I know.
I am either the exorcist or the gossip.
Well, I know what you are then, because I'm also either the exorcist or the gossip.
Okay. Well, if you're the exorcist, I would either one of those. Both of us just didn't do a great job of having our stuff work.
Okay.
Claiming exorcist.
I
Yeah, I think I think that's weird. I think
Yeah, his voting patterns were very weird
it's
yesterday.
odd. Okay, I'll nom him today. Actually,
Okay.
do you want to nom or do you want?
Do you want to nom him and I'll nom Rob if we don't get that? Because
Yeah,
also
that's fine.
calling out the grandmother-grandchild pair in the night was very weird.
It was very weird. I'm also the minstrel, so like if they go for me at night, I really don't care. They should probably. We'd need them to not go for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
I realize now, just full disclosure, when I was planning on doing Rob last night, I was thinking Klutz. Sorry, not Klutz. I was thinking Sweetheart, not Moonchild. Very different ability. Very different ability. Maybe I should have killed Rob then.
Tea lady.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I am either the sailor or the exorcist.
Ooh, if you're the exorcist, have you exorcised me?
I have not exorcised you if I am the exorcist. You left. Why did you leave? You left me.
It looks like he disconnected.
Yeah. No.
I think you exorcised me out of the
Yeah, I kicked you out of the game.
Yeah, your exorcist powers. Wait, sorry, exorcist or sailor, right?
Yeah, exorcist or sailor.
Okay, if you're the sailor, have you drunk with me yet?
I haven't drunk with you, no.
Okay, cool.
I'm not,
Well,
and
good
now
to
I'm not going to. Whatever it is, like.
Yeah, whichever of those two
Sailor,
don't.
I would not drink with you. You are a bad choice.
Okay.
Unless you're
Bye,
actually the
Mickey.
demon lying to me all this time.
Telling you about roles that get killed? Why would I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? You are in a triple claim with the minstrel.
Oh, great. Let's go the others.
Well, not really triple claim, but it's like a double claim, but they're role swapping. So one of them really is the minstrel, one of them isn't, supposedly.
What are you, Rob?
I'm a Moonchild.
Moonchild? Okay, awesome. Good to know. Thank
What are
you.
you? You said you really are the
minstrel.
minstrel.
Yeah,
All right.
nominate the other ones. Let's get
All
them
right,
out of
sounds good. Yep.
But like for now, yeah.
That was.
I'm hearing that I'm confirmed. I think that's good.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
for
nice
sure.
point.
All right, welcome back to the safety of this warm fire by the tavern. We've just gone ahead and thrown all the dead bodies out the back, but don't worry about it. There's like 3 piled out back. If you have anything you'd like to share, this is the floor, whether it's formal gossips or just, informal gossips. Let's hear it. We'll start with Quinn.
I would like to gossip that Fredo is a minion.
Woo.
Gossip. Heard.
Ooh.
Let's go counterclockwise this time. Fredo.
I would like to gossip the demon exists between McKay and Nina, clockwise inclusive.
Gossip heard. 1.
I would like to gossip that Fredo is a minion.
Gossip
Oh, repeat.
heard. Johnny Ace.
I would like to gossip that one of Rob, Coulson, Quinn, or Fredo are the demon.
That's
Gossip
hard.
heard. All right. Nominations are open. We can technically beat yesterday's 9 because there are 10 alive players. JR.
I'd like to nominate Coulson, please.
JR nominates Coulson. Tell us why.
This is a nomination. I feel like as much as yesterday was so silly, goofy, funny, hilarious. I feel like that could happen if we nominated several evil players early, couldn't get them on the block, and the evil team was like, maybe they have a Zambul, or maybe they're just like, we don't want town getting any additional information, we're all safe, or the demon is safe early on in these nominations, and so we don't have to put anything on the block if we don't want to. Moreover, Coulson's voting patterns yesterday were a little strange. He voted on a lot of noms, probably more than anybody. So that's all.
Coulson.
If the accusation is that I voted a lot, but town wouldn't execute, I'm not really sure where that's leading. Like, so no one was voting with me, is what you're saying. So I don't think I'm on the evil team then.
5 is the number today. Yesterday it was 6. Today it's 5.
Are you gonna get 4 on everything now?
It took everything in me not to put my hand down for the meme.
5 is enough. Coulson's now on the block. Rob?
I want to nominate one person between JR and Juan. Do you guys want to choose who I nominate between the two of you?
I think you should nominate neither, and I think you should nominate Fredo.
I think JR.
Quinn, if you want to nominate.
Okay. The consensus is JR. So I nominate JR.
Tell us why.
The reason is that the role, I'm not going to say the role, but the role that Denny claimed to me, hard claim after dying at night, is the same role that both JR and Juan claimed to me. And then they backed into, well, we actually are in a role swap. So there's a triple claim in sort of, or a double claim or something like that.
Denny, I'll vote for you if you want this.
JR, your defense?
I think that just means Juan is a minion. Because that was our first conversation, and we hard claimed to each other. So if that's the case, Juan is a minion without a bluff. But yeah.
All right. 5 will tie. 6 to put JR on the block.
Juan, what was the conversation like from your end?
I mean, don't tie it.
I did lie to JR. JR told me something, and I did lie to JR.
Okay, so you are evil then.
If that's what you believe,
not
Juan
enough.
nominates Juan.
Yeah.
I would like to nominate Fredo, please.
Well, I did hear Juan nominates Juan in there real quick, so I'll run that first. Juan?
I did lie to JR. I did tell McKay. McKay is probably the only person I've told my true role. And I did lie to JR. I let JR go in a role swap. That's it. I am not evil, but if people believe I'm evil,
We
I'm
do
happy
this
to
for
go on the block.
science, then, Juan?
So, the other one, McKay.
6
I'm
is the
happy to.
5 will tie. 6 to put 1 on the block.
Wilson, why aren't you voting?
One more vote.
Something's weird.
She's like,
Because I don't know.
2 is not enough. Juan
Quinn will
is
nominate-
safe.
That's weird.
Fredo, please.
Yeah,
Quinn nominates Fredo. Tell us more.
We've had 2 people gossip that Fredo is a minion. I think Fredo's a minion. Also,
Fredo. Oh, good. You got more?
No, never mind.
All right. Fredo.
At the same time, Quinn, you were one of those people, and Juan followed you as a funny joke. But yeah, considering our conversation, I hard claim and then you left. So I would like to kill you, but tomorrow.
Knowing me, why would I leave immediately after you hard claim?
Quinn, I don't know, nor do I care. I just want to kill you tomorrow. Because we already got Colton on the
Fredo,
block.
if I immediately leave a conversation, it is usually because you have hard claimed my role to my face.
Ooh, is that what he did?
That is
Quinn,
exactly
did
what
he claim one of the 2 roles that you claimed to me?
He sure as shit did, Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what
that's
I am.
interesting.
And you're just a lying person, but that's fine
Because,
too.
yeah, because he
go.
claimed both of the roles that you claimed to me.
5 will tie. 6 put Fredo on the block.
Juan, do you want to vote for this?
Oh, well, we don't
You're
need to
welcome
tie
to,
this.
y'all.
I need to tie this.
So I don't mind. This game is all about dying.
No, don't tie it. Oh my god.
It's not.
6
tie.
is
I'm
enough.
gonna die.
Fredo's now on the block.
Interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Just
10,
know this, y'all. I will tell
11,
you,
12.
I am the gossip. I said a true gossip yesterday. Quinn is double claiming me as gossip, so he is not. But whatever. I'm
Didn't
totally
you gossip that I was the demon yesterday?
Between
Oh, look at that.
I
Colton and
gossip
Juan.
that the demon exists between Colton
Yeah.
and Juan, inclusive
Clockwise. So
Okay.
everyone
That's
except for
pretty.
Fredo.
There's a little bug that bit its way
Oh, I
through this tea leaf here. See that? See the little hole in the tea leaf?
Organic.
Quinn.
It's organic.
Okay. Yeah. So enjoy that. I don't know.
Why do you think your gossip was true?
Because the
It
demon
has
has
to
to
be
exist.
true unless Fredo is the
You're already
demon.
cheating.
Unless Fredo was a demon, it had to be true.
Though I don't.
Fredo
think
said
anything.
someone other than him is the demon.
Yeah.
That was his gossip.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
That was the gossip. Fredo gossip
Yeah, but
that
I
he
was
was not the
thinking-
demon.
I was.
Do you remember? I also gave a very
JR
open
is putting the
gossip
pieces
as well.
together
The
here.
outsiders do not neighbor each other.
Final call for nominations.
Okay.
There was only presumably
Jay.
one of us.
JR, your hand is up.
I would like to gossip that the evil team consists exactly of Juan, Fredo, and Coulson.
Gossip heard.
Cool.
Bring this day to a close in 3, 2, 1. Fredo is executed and dies. Good night, everyone.
The way I understood Fredo's gossip was Juan, Fredo, Coulson. The three of them, not everybody.
Yeah, that was Coulson.
Yeah, that's how I understood it too. Yeah, but I guess I was wrong.
Most importantly, how did Steve understand?
He said clockwise inclusive, so it would go all the way around.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I just figured starting from Juan to me clockwise, but I guess that wasn't it.
That's
No, he went Coulson to Juan clockwise.
Coulson
to Juan.
We gotta kill time while we wait.
Well, that's why I voted on you yesterday.
It's interesting listening to how they're piecing the game together.
Exactly at me.
One downside, I will say, one downside to playing online when we go mute and I chat to you, we're streaming, I can't hear what they're saying, right? In person, in a real game, I can hear what all the talk at night and kind of understand the better shape of people's views of the games. I can trade that off for talking to people and seeing what they think about things. But otherwise, yeah, it's a little harder. All right, Nina. Who are we rolling out tonight?
I think I'm gonna go with McKay.
All right, McKay it is. Thank you, Nina. Very interesting. So now Nina is ruling out McKay as the demon, but there will be no deaths tonight, right? I don't think I Tinker kill the night the Tinker's been Exorcist protected, right? Maybe I do. That is pretty powerful. Johnny Ace does not get a kill. There's no gossip. There's really nothing else happening now. Becca gets to wake. We have to decide now if we're going to Tinker kill McKay. So if I kill McKay, what I'm selling is that McKay is not the demon, and it's also not a Zombull, right? Or I am selling it's a Zombull because I could be selling that Fredo's the demon, and we're in a mastermind day. All right, I like it. We'll do it. So the thing is, right, when I'm doing this choice, I'm framing that we're using the Tinker to cover that Fredo's the demon and we're in a mastermind day. Or it's a Zombull day, which it is. I am going to kill McKay. Let's go to Becca. Hey, Becca.
Hello. So my now prediction is I'm going to live till final 3 of this game and be the frame.
You're going to be the frame?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, chambermaids are always the frame. Not always, but they can be, because, you know, who would leave a chambermaid alive?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. I really do think that Nina is an outsider, but I want to test McKay again because they should theoretically be waking now if they are what they say they are. I still don't have a claim from Coulson, so that could be helpful. But let's do Juan and Coulson.
All right, you pick Juan and Coulson. You learn a 0.
I don't think I've ever gotten this many zeros as the chambermaid.
3 zeros in a row, I believe.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
That's fair. I believe Coulson's bluff is to fall into a double claim. Like, you just pick something and double claimed. I don't know. I actually don't know what he's actively claimed. Let's follow him tomorrow and see what we can find out.
ensemble.
I was
Yeah.
about to say exactly that.
Yeah. That's exactly what
That
Chat
is
wants.
not kind to us.
But alas.
Yeah, like we said.
Good morning to my friends at Ravenswood Bluff. Unfortunately, it's not all bad news because McKay did die an awesome death last night. It was so awesome. It was the most awesome of all deaths. Fill in the blanks with your imagination.
Wow, very descriptive.
4 minutes. It was Mathblades just said, wish for an awesome death. There you go.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Let's check out.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
No, that was definitely a night death.
I told some people I was the innkeeper.
They don't need the Godfather kill.
But I am, in fact, the sailor. I just figured the innkeeper is a lot like the sailor in that it drunks people. But
Okay.
yeah. I don't know what you were. I guess you were connected to Ash.
That's correct. I was the minstrel.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that seems...
Okay. All right. That's a reasonable alibi for not trying to lift yourself. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough.
I said I was okay with it day one. I didn't vote to put myself on the block. I did have the deciding vote. I didn't put myself on the block day one, but I was fine with it day two, and I didn't vote to get myself off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like if you put yourself in the block, then everyone's like, devil's advocate, get him again. So
Yeah.
I think I agree with that thought process probably.
Yeah. I did try to drink with Ash on night 2 to try to turn off Ash's grandmother ability, but it didn't work. So I probably would have died if I was executed yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. Very
it
good.
didn't happen.
That's good to know. Thanks,
Yep.
Colson.
See ya.
There. That answers that. So interesting that Coulson's claiming sailor now, and explains his voting patterns. Very interesting.
Coulson on night 2, and then JR on night 3.
I mean, I think it's Coulson, but we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'm absolutely being played by the evil team right now. That's the way this goes, right?
Maybe. Yeah, like that's part of the game. Like whatever. Sometimes like they just crush it. But do you, besides Rob doing that thing, do you have any other sus on Rob?
No, I don't know anything about Rob. I haven't even spoken to him. I haven't spoken to
Okay.
him. So.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And I kind of hate my information.
Are you willing to share it with me?
Yeah, I've gotten all zeros. So night 1, I checked McKay and JR and I got a 0. Night 2, I checked Quinn and Nina and got a 0. And night 3, I checked Juan and Coulson and got a 0. I have been informed that one of those nights I also checked a goon.
Okay. Do you know which night that is?
I don't want to say because they are not out as goon, and that would narrow it down a lot.
Okay, so probably McKay then.
It was not McKay.
Really? Okay. Who did you talk to day 1? You talked to Quinn day 1, and you talked to McKay day 1. So probably one of the two of them. So probably Quinn then.
Danny boy tracking who talked to who. Jeez.
Will not say, just that I know I have checked a goon.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's
and Kitty.
Okay,
Kitty
great. Those numbers are funny.
I think Coulson might be evil because of the way the voting went yesterday. It kind of read like, let's get this off the block kind of thing. Yeah. But I picked McKay last night because I've been trying to clear people instead of finding exactly the demon just yet and maybe giving myself some time to live. I do not care if you kill me, if you don't trust that, but I
can tell you
Very
for
true.
sure that McKay is not currently the demon.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Denny said that he gossiped Ash to Johnny Ace as the demon, and he thinks that's the reason why he was killed. I wonder if that's so Johnny Ace might be the lunatic who picked Denny because of that.
How's it going, Tyler? Real Tyler DB. It's BMR night. Everything's interesting. All right, welcome back to the safety and comfort of town. It's our favorite time, the only entertainment we have in the city since the movie theater went out of business, gossiping about your neighbors. So, if you have anything you'd like to share, the floor is yours.
I do have a question for Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace.
Yeah.
Was it 1, 2, 3, or 4 that you saw?
I what?
Based on what you just told me, your roll was it 1,
Yeah.
2, 4?
I can only assume what you're asking, and I would assume you mean two. Like, I don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
Sorry.
Rob, what's going on with you this game? I haven't spoken to you. What's going on with you?
Well, let's chat.
Well, too late now.
Well, I didn't kill you. You died.
You dodged me all day. That's all I'm saying.
I did not dodge you. Did you put a request in to talk to me at all?
No, you were gone the whole time.
I'm sorry.
All right. Nominations are also ready if you'd like. Rob?
Yeah, Rob nominates JR.
Rob nominates JR. Tell us why.
So if it's okay with Juan, I'm going to come out with what it is. So this is a check
Agreed,
for
Alan
science.
Michael. Community will
A
night.
tea lady sense. And given that Fredo is dead, Fredo is either a minion or JR is evil, in which case we should test it with JR.
JR?
I'll out. I told the dead people this today. I didn't want to reveal it. I'm actually the fool. That's why I roll swapped with Juan in the first place. Juan initially told me minstrel. That's why I suggested that we swap so the evil team would target me at night instead of him. He then backed into Tea Lady, which I thought was a bit weird. And then he did not vote on Fredo until I prompted him yesterday, which was very strange why he would not want to vote on his neighbors after backing into Tea Lady and trying to seemingly tie the vote until it got around to him. And I said something about it. Also, if we kill me, this will mean nothing because I am the fool.
Okay, we can also kill Juan. I don't care. We should kill both of you.
No, I like the sound of that, Rob.
That's a hard double claim.
What's a hard double claim?
You.
Fool?
Fool?
Is Fool a hard double claim? That's awesome.
Have it else
Yes.
That's great. Tell that person too.
Do not
4
have
votes.
that anywhere on the board.
It's the number to put JR on the block.
I actually think we lifted off of Colson yesterday. I kind
It
of
is funny, the conversation.
Oh, this is the wrong kill.
Between Quinn and McKay.
Colson did not vote to lift off
Oh,
of
Rob,
Colson.
please put your hand
I didn't say you did.
Right.
Yeah, we gotta get
Thor is enough. JR is now on the block.
I do not like who voted for that. I'm now concerned. I'm like increasingly concerned that we're like backing into Mastermind Worlds too, which is a fun whole other thing. Yeah, I'm gonna nom Juan.
JR nominates 1. Tell us why.
I explained most of my reasoning in my defense of the nomination. I actually think this is quite bad. Yeah, no, I don't really have much else to say about that. I think it was a little too easy to get me on the block. I think the votes on me were also a little strange.
Juan?
Why would you say it's quite bad?
My only defense would be to the one thing that I do believe did wrong. Well, like the two things I guess I did wrong. One was leading you astray with the role. When JR claimed to me to be the fool, the second that I was trying to tell back that no, just kidding, I'm the tea lady, I just didn't know what to do because in my mind I was like, maybe JR is DA protecting himself, and I don't want a tea lady to confirm a person as good when they are just DA protected. So I let JR go with something else. And on the voting with Fredo, I was on the text box. I was sending JR messages, and I was pressing stupidly space on the text box until I was pointed out by JR that my hand was not up. That's all I have to say. I'm a tea lady.
We'll try to give it a minute for Denny Boy to reconnect before I run the vote.
I am highly concerned. Like legitimately, I'm very mastermind paranoid right now too.
So, JR, the thing is, like, when you're concerned about you being on the block, you're the fool. If you're concerned about it, you're not going to die if you're the fool. So
No, I'm
targeted in the night.
Is it not?
I don't care if I'm dead. I'm the mastermind worlds are making me paranoid because it doesn't matter if I die. It matters if I get executed.
I will not let this tie. Just
Denny
making
Boy
it
has
aware.
lost power completely currently.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh shit.
That's not
That's
good.
fun.
That is not great.
We have
so
sub.
I will run the vote, and then we'll see about getting a. We'll see if anyone's available for a sub. 4 to tie, 5 to put JR on. Oh, sorry, Juan on the block.
I am putting my hand down if I don't see other hands come up.
Awesome.
I'd love a vote on this, please.
Okay.
Oh my god.
JR is suspicious of me all game. I'd rather JR die.
Okay.
2 is not enough. 1 is safe. And also, Denny Boy said the power's back on. It was just a blip, so he'll be back on as soon as his router boots up.
Yeah, Denny probably wouldn't have voted on that as a dead player. So
I would. Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
I'll also just point out that if there's a double claim between Quinn and Fredo, right? So if JR does not die, then that might clear Quinn as the actual gossip. Because then Fredo died because of Fredo being evil.
Unless you're just the DA and this is your game, my friend.
Yeah.
It could totally be the case. It could totally be the case.
Or he's actually the fool, and
Yeah.
you're not the tea lady either.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
Yeah. But
Final
if any
call.
other world you want to build where I'm either the demon or the minion, please, by all means. I love it.
Gonna bring this day to a close in 3,
So many
2.
Do you want to nom Coulson?
Dude.
Was that a nom? Oh no, JR already nommed, right?
Yeah, he was asking if I wanted a nom
Got it.
Coulson. I think I'm going to leave it for today.
1. JR is brought to the center of town, is executed, and dies. Good night, everyone.
Interesting.
Oh, I guess
Well-
I'm just sitting between two evil people. Oh my
Maybe not the
goodness.
fool.
Maybe not the fool.
I'm not
That's very interesting. That's science
Okay,
for
so
you.
now I'm believing Fredo's the gossip. Queen, what are you?
Very
I'm
interesting.
the gossip.
Yeah, did you see that, Alan? He was like,
All right, Fredo.
that look
Yeah,
of surprise.
The truth is
No, I'm
will
the
be
gossip.
revealed.
Quinn.
No, I'm the gossip.
It's kind of funny, actually.
I just
Yeah,
forgot
everyone's
to.
playing gossip. I just
But
know
they
I
have
am
the pieces to
gossip.
put it together.
Also never gossiped.
The problem is all evil's still alive.
Nobody
Yes,
went
surprise, Al,
public.
I'm the gossip.
Yeah, everyone's the
Nobody
gossip.
went public
Sure.
being a sailor or a innkeeper picking JR, right? So
Oh. I've heard of Sailor.
I think it's time to go demon hunting.
All right. Who are we hunting, Nina?
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, sorry. Who are we hunting? You still? So you're switching gears. Before you were ruling out people, and now you're like, I'm finding that goddamn demon.
Yep, I think it's time to find a demon. I think I am either gonna look for either. I think it's either Juan or Coulson, and I'm gonna go for Coulson. I think Juan might be DA.
Coulson, it is. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you. Bye.
Wow. Found the demon. That's actually bad on a night like that, right? So she finds like the demon, but the demon wouldn't wake that night anyways, right? But still. Yeah, it's false positive. Hey, Coulson. I would like to let you know that tonight you have been. I'm just triple checking something. I don't mess this up. Yeah, you've been picked by the Exorcist.
There's an exorcist.
Yep, and that's Nina.
Oh, Nina's a liar. I see. Okay.
So you will not be waking tonight.
Fair enough.
Not that you were, anyways. But
Yeah.
all right. Enjoy.
Thank you.
That is kind of interesting. Looks like Denny Boy made it back as well. That's awesome. No Godfather kill, no gossip, no Moonchild, no Becca. Yeah, let's get Becca. Hey, Becca. Let's see. Are we gonna make it 4 in a row?
Yeah, I need something besides a 0 tonight because Coulson claimed Sailor to me, which I hate, which means he's probably a minion that's not waking, or I'm somehow getting bad information, which is really hard on BMR.
It's harder than on most scripts, I will say. It's that courtier drunking with the chambermaid. You got to be careful about that.
Honestly, there are people on this Grib who would do it just to fuck with me.
They might. Yeah, they might.
All right. Let's pick. Who have I not picked? I've not picked Johnny Ace, and I have not picked Rob. So let's go with those two.
Johnny Ace and Rob. Becca, you're going to learn a 0.
I think I've picked everyone alive. How does this work? All right.
I don't know. Oh, that's a fun one. Hey, Denny boy, looks like you made it back.
I did, power and all.
Is there like storms or anything going on here? Or is it just a random power outage?
No storm.
Okay,
No
so
storm.
it wasn't like you. There's a tornado bearing down on you, and you need to get to safety or anything like that.
No, I'm chilling. So, and my harp doesn't need electronics to play, so
That's
I
true.
can play it in the grave safely.
Perfect. Yeah, if it's, I was saying earlier in the lore, I was saying there's not much to do other than gossip, but that's not true. There's also listening to the minstrel play music at the tavern. That's really the main source of entertainment in this town.
You got it. See, my role doesn't like solve anything. I just calm people down with my sweet music.
Yep. And keep people from going crazy.
And that hasn't worked too well, it seems. So.
Unfortunately, yeah. Doesn't seem like it. All right.
All right.
I'm glad you're back. All right. Let's wake him up. There's no deaths. I can't redeem the death message.
At Grim Reveal, right? When you're evil.
Good morning, players. There were no deaths in the night.
Hell yeah.
Zumbu.
3 minutes.
McKay, watch out.
No, I think I was Puka poisoned.
JR was Puka poisoned.
I want to kill Juan.
I ignored you last time, so
Yeah,
now
what
I'm
are you,
not-
Rob?
Hookah Worlds.
I'm an
Interesting.
outsider.
That seems very. Oh, so you're the goon?
Nope.
Oh, you're the moonchild then.
Hmm? What are you?
I was the exorcist.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yep.
What are your thoughts about? I guess it's possible JR could have been targeted at night, and that's why they died during the day. But I mean, I still find it kind of weird.
Possibilities, and I have to talk to someone before I can give any input.
There's a person who said they talked to you and told me that they had a demon token, but they think they're the lunatic.
I'm not the lunatic. Oh, someone told me that they had.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
It's still alive. It needs to be Nina.
Okay. Yeah.
If not, Gwyn is the goon. But we have to get Nina
Rob
first.
is claiming outsider, so he's probably the Moonchild then.
Moonchild, yes, he told me. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And Becca's the chambermaid who has a 0 on me, which isn't good. Yeah.
Not great for Sailor.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We still want to get you killed anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe let's go with Fool. It won't make sense with what I've told a lot of people, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Okay, cool. You were killed at night. I remember now.
Yeah. Presumably, potentially day one Pucka picked, which, if the Pucka picked me day one, kudos to them for a good pick.
Yeah. Well, that seems likely to me, based on,
Man,
you.
Shocked they were building Puka Worlds,
Yeah, I
to
think
being
that's
honest.
I really want Juan dead so badly.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to. Have you talked to Nina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who she
Nina
picked
picked
last night?
Johnny Ace, so I know they are not the demon, probably.
Yes, but who'd she pick last night?
I don't know. I guess Johnny Ace could be the demon if I died night 2, because that's how the Pucka works. The Pucka still kills, and then they don't wake up and pick that, so then no one dies the following night.
No, it's not. Johnny Ace got picked really early.
I don't think that's how the Pucka works.
So
right.
Unless Nina's evil, I think Johnny Ace is just the lunatic.
Okay.
I think Puka would only kill the previous target if they actually picked a new target.
Sure. I would like to know that as well.
I need to go to the Puka flowchart.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come out with it at this point because I hate my fucking information. I'm the chambermaid who has gotten 4 zeros on 8.
Letting in here too, by the way.
Oh my god.
You're a chambermaid who has gotten how many zeros?
I have gotten 4 zeros on 8 different people.
Are you out to these people?
Not Rob, but I'm about to because I picked Colson last night.
I see. Yeah, so the kill goes off, but they're not allowed to poison your target. So Exorcism really screws up Puka's future choices.
I was in a roll swap with K. I was in a roll swap with K. Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Puka, man.
All right.
Good.
Puka.
No, we maligned Fredo.
All right, welcome back to town. If anyone has any juicy tidbits they'd like to share, the floor is yours. Nina.
I have a juicy tidbit. I was in a roll swap with McKay. I am actually the exorcist. So Denny and Ash both knew this. I picked, in this order, Johnny Ace on night 2, then McKay, because of some information from someone who had gossip, said that it might be between Ash and Johnny. And then I picked Colson last night.
Uh-oh.
Let's go for Colson.
Well, that's very interesting because I'm the sailor and I picked Nina on nights 3 and 4 because I thought Nina was the tinker.
You lying ass.
Nobody died.
Right.
You told me you were the innkeeper, Colson.
Yes, I did. I lied about I wanted to get targeted.
Yeah, you lied to me.
I will say Colson. I did tell you to pick somebody else.
You did, but you claimed you were the tinker just to pick somebody else.
I picked Nina on nights 3 and 4.
That's right.
Hi.
You didn't do what I think you did.
Nina, did you already nominate or no?
No, I didn't nominate. I was just sharing my information.
Utterly fascinating. I now want Colson dead. Dead as a fucking doornail.
I was on the block day
Quinn is
2.
having a wreck.
I was on the block day 2. I did not vote to get myself off. I didn't vote on anybody yesterday. If you guys want to execute me today, that's fine.
I voted to get you off, Colson, because I thought we had a fucking plan.
Off the block. Let's
phrasing, right?
I would feel much better about nominating Colson if Quinn wasn't in support of it. But either way, I think we should.
Yeah.
You nominate Colson.
Unfortunately, too many demon candidates, not enough time.
Quinn nominates Colson. Quinn, lay it out.
Die.
Why were you so sure Colson was
Rather
good
straightforward.
Colson?
Yeah. I was already on the block once and did not vote to get myself off. I'm fine doing it again.
I wouldn't do this if I were y'all.
4 is the number.
Coming from Quinn.
Is it because Nina's really the demon?
I'm not the demon.
Nina, are you the demon?
Nope.
Okay.
I have other reasons to believe that Colson.
And Ash and McKay, day 1.
I don't like that Juan's voting for this. This makes me feel.
4 is enough. Colson's now on the block.
Quinn would like to gossip that Juan is the demon.
Thank you.
Gossip. Heard.
Okay, we can live. That's fine.
I've done my thing. I've made my trap. Thank you.
Could Denny Boy nominate Juan from the grave?
No, that's fine.
I'll do it. I will nominate Juan.
Johnny Ace nominates Juan. Tell us why.
I'll pass it to Denny.
Please die.
Such a very depth, like an in-depth accusation. Juan, your defense.
You dare tell me to die in the month of my birth? I think
Juan needs to die.
I don't think so.
If Juan is DA protected, then we can kill Juan tomorrow.
I am not DA
likely.
protected. I'm not a DA. I'm not a fool. I'm just the lady.
I think that might have been a Poe night. Honestly. Maybe it wasn't Nina's.
I do too.
And
I am living very
because we do have a potential lunatic Poe, so Poe could be the demon. And Colson really did not try to get themselves off the block when they could have previously. So,
Or we'll tie. It'll put 5 to put Juan on the block.
Please lift this again.
I feel like the trap that Quinn set makes me believe Quinn is good, but then there's just so many votes.
Don't tie it. Don't tie it.
It's not.
We're not tying it.
5 is enough. Juan is now on the block.
We've now lifted off of Colson twice, and I also hate that.
I think it's likely that Colson is the sailor. For a couple of reasons. One, Colson's voting patterns the day that Colson was on the block suggests not having any agency to get off the block. Colson expressed interest in being okay to be executed days 1, 2, and 3, which isn't very feely of a devil's advocate.
Yeah, who cares?
The demon.
Johnny Ace is claiming lunatic
Colson
Poe.
was like, "Yeah, kill me whenever, or vote for me whenever."
That's fair.
Final call for
Colson
nominations.
is sober last night. or JR was Pucka poisoned, then that explains no deaths. And I
What
think
split
that seems
evil
very
team there?
realistic.
Juan?
Juan nominates JR.
Juan nominates JR. Tell us why.
There's another potential reason for no kills, and is that we kill the demon. This might be a mastermind day.
JR, your defense from beyond the grave?
Yes, I, the demon, claimed Fool as the Zombool for the express purpose of sitting next to someone who's definitely the tea lady and then dying, which would not be obvious at all. Thank you.
It takes 6 votes to put JR on the block.
I'm trying to build like the evil team in this world.
So, just for the record, we have all 4 outsiders, correct?
Who's not enough?
I think we do.
So we have a Godfather in play who's probably bluffing an outsider.
Wait. No.
We have
I don't
4?
I only know of 3 outsiders.
I think we have 3.
I have 1 outsider on the board and a suspected goon in Fredo.
1.
I have all 4.
I have
Wait,
I have 3 outsiders. I don't know about you.
I have
How the hell are
I
you
have a
hearing all these
lunatic,
outsiders?
I have a tinker, and I have a goon in theory.
We have an outed lunatic? What the fuck?
Yeah, we do. I don't think we have a goon.
I don't have.
Bringing this day to a close. Oh, I think I disconnected. Chat, are you with me?
Say who the supposed goon is, or no, not yet.
Can you guys hear me?
Steve,
Yeah,
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
hear you.
It's doing that thing again. One second. My game
So Mark went
disconnected.
away, by the way. I think it's Juan who it's on currently.
I am on.
All right. Bring the day to a close. 3, 2, 1. Juan has been executed and dies. Congratulations, players.
On night
We're going to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron was never the demon, but I mean, like, not having 3 evils in Final 3 is helpful.
It's good.
Unless it was a poke charge.
Yeah, my worry was
the
that,
chances that there
my
was an evil
internet
between
crashed,
JR, Juan, and
but it
Fredo
looks like it was
was
just an
pretty
app issue.
And when you say pretty high, you mean certainly.
Yeah, that feels like a certain there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The chances that we have 3 evils in the entire Grim are very probable.
And even if it is charge,
All right, Coulson, how are we feeling about this game? I mean, you're not getting a lot of kill choices, but you've backed into the sailor.
Yeah, I just sort of danced around a lot. I'm the sailor now.
Yeah, you're the sailor now. Sure.
People trust me, which is the opposite of what I wanted, but
It's weird the way that works sometimes, right? You're like, I want people to distrust me. Here we are going into like day 5 and people trust you.
yeah, the problem was I wanted to be slightly distrusted, and I could only find ways to be massively distrusted. And I didn't want to take those options. So I'm trusted now. We'll just play it out and see how it goes.
Yeah. Who are we fake sailor drinking with tonight?
Well, I'm going to tell Quinn that I've been sailor drinking with him since he told me he was the goon, but I'm just protecting his secret by saying I was drinking with Nina. So I'm going to pretend to drink with Quinn again.
Fair. Okay. Very interesting. Thank you, Coulson.
Thanks.
Hey, Nina.
Hello. I'm going to pick Becca.
All right. Becca is now the choice. We're still demon hunting at this point?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you.
Steve,
Yes, Becca.
need a number that is not 0.
All right, then pick someone who wakes up. What can I say? I can only abide by the rules of the game.
I'm pretty sure I've picked every alive player. Okay,
Who are we picking tonight?
let's pick Coulson and Nina.
All right, you pick Coulson Nina and learn 1.
Oh, thank
See,
God.
you got a number.
I still need it, but it's better. Okay, thank you.
Oh, we couldn't string her along anymore. She picked the one person that woke up. But it's interesting that they're both claiming to wake up, so now they're at odds with each other. And they've yet to execute an outsider. It kind of frames Nina a little bit, yeah. Very interesting. All right, let's wake him up.
We go there.
Good morning to all of my players. There were no deaths in the night.
Quinn, are you evil now?
I am not evil.
Quinn.
I am the good goon. I have been good this whole game.
Jesus.
Does this mean it really is a zombie game?
I think it might be.
I think it is.
Yay!
I
Becca,
do.
let's talk.
Father, I've been bluffing, lunatic. Sorry, I had to vote on you yesterday, but I.
Oh
felt
no,
like...
that's fine. I did at that point. I needed to get sus. I needed to just catch.
What are you, by the way?
Mastermind.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sorry. I just felt like if I didn't, then like my whole thing of like.
No, that makes no
nominating
sense.
people doesn't have the conviction of their nominations.
And I'm here to tell you, how dare you vote for me?
Yeah,
How
rude.
dare you.
Just how dare I nominate and then vote for you?
On the
worst,
month of my birth. That's the worst month for you to do that.
See, here's the
How
thing.
dare you.
Also, the month of my birthday and Pride Month, so like, you know, we can't both win. Well, we can if we win this game,
Well,
but just not with
let's
one
hope we do.
particular thing.
Let's
Yeah.
hope we
All right.
do. Let's hope we do. Bye.
Let's think about this logically though, right? Like is there a world where Becca is a chambermaid who is not lying and they really got zeros somehow?
If Becca is the chambermaid, that's because Nina is the exorcist and Quinn is the goon, which makes that 0 on night 2. And that would mean Coulson would never wake up, which means Coulson's the mastermind or the godfather. Which, you know, in which case, that's fine. We can keep them alive. Whatever.
Right. They can't be the demon, right?
Certainly not, because Nina only exercised them once.
We didn't have a death again, so do we think it's a zombie game?
I think it could be a po-charge, and if Becca was about to get 3 kills last night, and Nina exercised picked Becca, then this could be our final chance.
So Nina picked Becca last night?
Correct.
So we
Rob, I
think
also,
So you think the night before was a po-charge and last night was an exorcist, and that's why we didn't get it, and therefore Becca's the demon?
that is possible.
Yeah.
I think it's possible that you're evil as well.
I'm not. I'm just the moonchild. So who's the fourth outsider that you think?
John Ace is the lunatic, Quinn is the goon, McKay is the tinker.
So I think Quinn is probably not the goon and is evil.
Then Becca's chambermaid information is even weirder. I think Quinn is the goon.
Okay. Well then, I mean, I know I'm the moonchild.
There
So
cannot be
one
4 by
Johnny
the
A,
rules of this game now.
Or Quinn is not.
3 is the max it could possibly be.
Yes.
What they're saying. Yeah.
2 base, 1
Or just
extra from the
Could it
Godfather.
just, it's not. But could it just be Johnny Ace is really the Poe? No?
Sure. Well, Nina exercise picked Johnny Ace night 2.
Okay.
Do you think we're in a master? Do you think it's now a mastermind?
No, I don't think so, but I think it's
Okay.
It's the safest bet we have, honestly, to be honest.
I want
God, someone please kill that fool.
All right, welcome back to town. The stage is there if anyone would like to take it. Let's start with Denny Boy.
There is a theory going around currently that at one point during the last 2 nights, there was a po-charge, and then an exorcist picked the demon on the other night, which means we could have 3 deaths today, which means that the game could end if we incorrectly exorcise the demon. Becca, can I ask you to share something about yourself publicly with everyone?
Yes, because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I have a grim, full grim besides you.
Cool.
Right.
I'm the chambermaid.
Oh, that's cool.
No,
Oh.
it's not. My information makes 0 sense.
Sure, but it's cool regardless.
So, night 2, Quinn and Nina, 0. Night
You
3.
start with night 1. Night 1 goes first.
I know, I didn't scroll back enough. McKay and JR, 0. Night 2, Quinn and Nina, 0. Night 3, Juan and Coulson, 0. Night 4, Johnny, Ace, and Rob, 0. Night 5. Night 5, Coulson and Nina, 1. I finally got a 1.
Oh my god, you got a number?
I need, and I mean need, to hear Nina's exorcist information, because that will determine whether I think it's Becca or not, honestly.
So night 2, Johnny. Night 3, McKay. Night 4, Coulson. And last night, Becca.
I could honestly buy it's Becca. I could buy it's Becca.
I
But
would
here's
need
the thing.
better information than this if I was evil.
Here's the thing. Becca is one of exactly 2 people who knew that I was the goon from the get-go. Exactly 2 people knew I was the goon this entire game.
Do not let him.
She had
continue to do this.
all the opportunity to turn me evil, and she didn't, which is interesting.
I did not learn you were the goon until day 3.
I told you I was the goon day 2, I believe.
It was day 3 because it was after I picked, because it was the night after I picked you. Oh, maybe it was day 2. Yeah.
It might
Becca,
have
I'm so sorry. One more time. Did you say you picked McKay night 3?
Night 3, I picked Juan and Coulson.
I was night 1.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's correct. I'm so sorry. You're correct.
Now that night you got a 0, right, Becca?
Yes, I got a 0 the first 4 nights.
Which is nonsensical because
it makes 0 sense.
It cracks me up a whole lot, though.
Rob, your hand's been patiently waiting.
Yeah, so I apologize, Becca, but I'm going to use a little bit of a social read on you since we played a lot together. Becca, sometimes when they're the demon or evil, will claim that they don't know what's going on and their information doesn't make a lot of sense. Just from a social read, they've done that several times in the past. It doesn't mean that's what's happening right now, but when you add that in with the exorcist picked by Nina and their information not making a ton of sense, I tend to go with Denny in thinking that Becca may be the demon here.
I agree.
So I'm going to nominate Becca.
Anything else you want to lay out, Rob? You laid quite a bit there.
No, I'll give my rest of my accusation over to Denny if he has anything to say.
In theory, Becca has missed, according to the claims that people have, chambermaid information on 2 is incorrect, night 3 is incorrect, night 4 is incorrect, and night 5 is incorrect. Night 2 is explained.
By Goon.
Yes, night 2 is explained. So 1 Coulson 0 doesn't make sense because Nina picked Coulson on night 4. Johnny Rob doesn't make sense because Johnny's the lunatic. And Coulson Nina 1 doesn't make sense because they both wake up. So you're right, I can't explain 3 nights of misinfo because Coulson hasn't picked Becca ever.
Becca, your defense.
Put me out of my misery.
All right.
No, I think we need to not execute anyone today. That is just the safest way to address everything right now. That are worlds.
3 votes is needed to put Becca on the block.
Here's my
I think I
issue.
can pick the other person again, right?
Here's my issue is that I just had a conversation with Becca, and I'm so sorry, Becca. But Becca gave that 0 on Rob and Johnny, and I had expressed
What
Rob and Johnny had claimed to me, and she seemed to be unaware of both of them, which just makes me feel like that. To get a 0 on, I don't know. It did feel a little bit off.
I will say I haven't talked to Becca all game.
Yeah, I don't know. This is very confusing.
Come on, whisper.
If we believe Quinn, would we rather try and lock Quinn in?
No, there's no need, honestly.
If we believe Quinn, I think the other world that's happening here is for example, it could very well be the case that Coulson's the demon and is about to charge, and then at that point, okay.
We could lose if Coulson is the demon in charge.
Yeah, that's why I'm suggesting we just
pick
don't
Coulson
execute anyone
tonight.
today.
What I
Good call, Nina. That's a good call.
That's just a thing that's gonna happen. I was
What
gonna go
I
back.
cannot get over
vacation
is that
right now.
I, as the good goon, entrusted Becca and Coulson explicitly with the fact that I'm the goon prior to coming out as the demon. I'm just curious as to why they might not have. It's
Final
whatever. It
call
doesn't
for
matter. It's
nominations,
also-
guys.
It's whatever.
I've never heard someone talk so much and say nothing.
Well, I just want to point something out. That we have 4 outsider claims, which include myself, McKay, Quinn, and Johnny Ace, of which I think Quinn is the most suspicious.
Yeah, because I'm the fucking goon. Of course, I'm naturally the most
Bringing this
suspicious.
day to a
Part of the fucking
close.
job.
Did the evil team just call him
3,
back a Rob?
No, it's not me.
2, 1. Becca has been executed and dies. Good night, everybody.
Okay, thank goodness.
Jesus Christ.
The other thing I was scared of but didn't want to say because I didn't want to cause more confusion was Juan being the demon who like intentionally got themselves killed by.
Maybe one of these days you'll get a kill, Coulson. Maybe.
Oh, probably not. It's fine.
Doesn't
Hopefully
seem like
Johnny gets a kill one day and kills Nina. That'd be nice.
hopefully somebody on the evil team gets a kill someday.
Yep.
You got.
And actually-
listen, you had 1 kill. You made the most of it.
Yes, thank you. I got 2 with my 1. Yeah.
Thanks, Coulson.
I'm picking
Hey, Nina.
Coulson again.
Coulson, it is. I had a feeling you announced it publicly. I didn't think you were bluffing.
Nope. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, the way the Exorcist has picked you, and it's Nina.
Yeah, that makes sense. There will be no kill tonight.
There will be no kill tonight. Let's wait a minute. This is a wild game. This is BMR. This is what the Zombie does. This is what you guys voted for. Not the Poe with 3 kills, not the Shab with 2 kills, not the Puka that can actually add misinformation, but the Zombul. And so far, they haven't tried double tapping at all. So,
I'd have been just an evil player.
good morning, players. There were no deaths in the night.
We
All
killed
right,
Coulson.
Zombie.
Please kill
Go back
Coulson
again.
today.
All right, so
Yes,
Coulson.
please murder Coulson.
Oh
Okay.
God, or Coulson. God help us.
It's fine.
All right.
I mean, yeah, if it's Mastermind, I think we could still kill Coulson.
I think so.
If it's Mastermind,
Or
then I would
Quinn, just
rather
take your pick.
kill Quinn.
I mean, I don't
Like,
care either
I'm
one.
fine with
If
Coulson, but
it's-
my first option would be.
If Mastermind, we just double tap Becca. Honestly, that's just the safest way to approach that. Rob, what the fuck are you?
I'm the Moonchild.
Sorry,
Get the
possible
fuck
elimination.
out of here. So then Johnny Ace has to be the loop. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Exactly.
Those are the claims I've received.
You are the
You're not
Godfather.
supposed to. I'm the goon.
No, you're not the goon. You're just the Godfather. You're pretending to be the goon. Who is your demon?
I'm the goon.
Who's your
Anyone's-
demon?
I'm the goon.
Who's your demon?
I don't have a demon.
Just
I still feel like Quinn's kind of playing both sides
Stop
here.
pretending. Who's your dad? Who's your dad? Who's your demon?
Who's your demon?
My father's name is Jim. He lives in New York City.
But who is your demon?
Jim. My demon's name is Jim. There you go. I got one in the goon.
You're not. You know that?
Is that I didn't pick Coulson. He may have charged as a
There were no
Poe
deaths.
to try to get the deaths, and then I picked Coulson again.
Oh, because we've had 3 nights of no deaths.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. I had only 2 nights. I forgot
Yeah,
to
no,
check last
3.
night. Okay.
Yep. I think we have to kill Coulson. I think Coulson was willing to die early to maybe make it seem like it might not be him, but I think we have to just kill Coulson.
I'm just checking how the
It's
Zombie works.
also possible he's a Zombie and we have to kill him twice, but I think either way it's Coulson.
That's true.
But
Anyway.
anyway.
Yeah, I like that. I'm
Zombies
down for
don't
that
kill
party.
when they get executed.
Later.
Are all like available reasons for
all
losing the game?
available.
All right, players. Nominations and whatever are open. Floor is yours.
Let's get this over with. I will nominate Coulson.
Nina nominates Coulson. Tell us why.
I've picked Coulson twice. We've had 3 nights of no death.
Coulson.
Yeah, I think that's just because of a Zomboul. All those Knights of No Death were knights where we executed, so... But you can kill me.
So can I ask a question? If this is a potential mastermind game and Coulson really is a sailor, why don't we just kill Becca again? If Becca was the reason why it's a mastermind game, or Becca's a Zomboul, which is why we're getting no deaths. And
Sure. We'll do that. I'll do that next.
We can do that tomorrow. If Becca is a Zomboul, we're not in a mastermind day right now.
It'll take 3 votes to put Coulson on the block.
I will help put this down as an option, but I truly do believe that it is not
Rob,
necessarily
would you
better.
be willing to vote on
but
this?
safer
This
to
many
not tap
dead
that
votes
card.
already?
So-
Okay.
Rob, would you be willing to vote on this?
I just
5. Going back to the first day of this game, this time it is enough. Coulson
Becca,
is
why
on the
did you
block.
vote on that?
Yeah, I feel kind of bad about spending those dead votes on me, but...
Hey, Becca, can you explain why you voted on that?
Because in my world, Coulson is probably a Zomboul. I do not think Coulson is the sailor. Coulson could just be a minion, but he's the person that we've lifted off twice already that I would really like to see dead today.
But again, I didn't want any of those lifts. But sure, we spent 2 ghost votes on me. I don't think we're lifting it. I'm not going to nominate.
Rob nominates Becca.
Tell us why, Rob.
I think there's a world where it was a Zomboul game, and that's why there's been no deaths at night lately. And if it is a potential mastermind, because, actually, I guess it doesn't make sense that if it's
Zomboul game.
Becca
you
is
guys
the
kill
demon
Becca twice,
candidate, right?
or Becca's not the Zomboul, and Becca could be a different demon, and it's mastermind. Either way, it's a good choice.
Becca?
If you think it's a Zomboul game, you have to kill me today. If you think it's a Zomboul mastermind, you have to kill me today and tomorrow. And that just seems like a waste of everybody's time.
Says a Zomboul
5
mastermind.
votes will tie. It'll take 6 to put Becca on the block.
I doubt we
think
can get
the
enough
only
votes.
reason
Yeah.
that we would
I'm gonna
have
try
to vote
me,
for
but
is this just the evil?
That's what I was thinking.
it's not the evil team.
2 is not enough. Becca is safe for the day. Bring in
I
this
will
day.
Wait.
Oh. Was that a nomination?
Yes, Quinn.
Johnny Ace nominates Quinn.
I
Tulsa.
don't think we're gonna get enough votes, and I'm fine with that. And like whatever, I will vote because of the conviction. But beyond that, Quinn is reading super evil to me. I don't think their outsider count is correct, so that's just. I just wanted to like have a little discussion about that and put that out there. That's it.
So
Quinn?
you want to lock me in as evil?
I don't know if you're evil now. And actually, with
So why
what
are you
my
nominating me?
grim is looking like, yeah, I think we're kind of stuck anyway, unless Nina chooses to pick you again, like for some reason.
I think Quinn is just a minion, but I want to see.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Quinn is the goon.
I think the evil team is just between Rob, Johnny, and either one of Becca or Coulson. I can't make up my mind between the 2 right now because I trust McKay as a tinker. I trust myself as the goon. We can't have a
6
godfather.
is the number here to put Quinn on the block.
I
Yes,
think
but
Johnny might.
does the Tinker trust the Goon? That's the question, Quinn.
What if Johnny was the godfather the whole time?
I think Johnny's
I
just
feel like
the
Johnny's
godfather.
evil.
I feel like Johnny's absolutely nominating.
McKay, very specifically to
One's
you,
not enough?
that's a fucking wild play.
Bringing
Johnny
this
came
game
out
to a
with
close.
two, that
Oops,
ended
sorry.
up being
Bring
a
this
double.
day to a close.
Bringing this game to a close? Uh-oh, well, we got it right or we didn't.
That's a classic BMR slip, right? You always say bringing the game to a close.
All right, Becca, do you have a mastermind?
Bringing this day to a close in 3, 2, 1. Coulson is brought to the center of town, executed. It dies.
I hope we're so fucking.
Good night, everyone.
No, come on.
All right.
Fucking Becca.
So just, it's fun to say.
It's
It's fun to say bring the game to a close because I slip sometimes back in the day. Okay.
If y'all tunnel on me, you are going to lose this game.
Zombo doesn't get to kill this night.
You'll win? I don't know. No, that's
Quinn,
So
Quinn,
Coulson said they chose me last.
Hey, Nina.
I don't think it can be Johnny Ace. So I'm going for Quinn.
Okay. when it is. Thank you, Nina.
Thank
I'm just triple checking. My understanding is that the Zomboul, the example that's given, right? If you look at like the Zomboul, right? The Zomboul is executed, appears to die. They cannot attack tonight. Doesn't get any more simple than that. Even though they die to themselves, they register as dead to themselves. All right. We'll just wait a second. Yeah, they see themselves as dead. They really commit to the bit. All right, here we go.
Child's ability
Or
to
help
the next night.
That's
If
evil
your
thinking.
drunkenness doesn't have
Good morning, players. There were no deaths in the night.
Because it's a Zomboul game and Coulson is very likely just the Zomboul here. If we double tap Coulson, we either end the game or we gain so much information.
Why do I want to believe Quinn now all of a sudden? Fuck.
Because I
No,
this is
clearly evil. So, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I do think Coulson is the Zomboul. I
think
really
Coulson's also the
We
Zomboul.
haven't had a death in
Anybody-
over an hour.
we double
An
tap
hour I've been sitting on a death reduction.
I want to see what Danny wants to do.
I'm like,
That's why I think we should kill Coulson, because he's my demon. In the world that I am building, he is my demon.
Okay, who is actually your demon then?
Coulson!
Okay, but if you're trying to deflect attention, who is Quinn? Just once, just for what?
I'm starting to think that you're evil, because you've been pulling me away here and
beg
taking
you.
me on these wild fucking rides. So here's what I'm going to do, Juan. I'm going to
beg of
leave,
you.
and I'm
Tell
going
me-
to make this
Tell
easy.
me, just. Oh, we're cooked. We're cooked. We're so cooked. We're so cooked.
The interesting thing to me is not so much like the interesting thing to me is that they haven't executed any of the outsider claims. Like there's 4 outsider claims on the board. They haven't executed into them. That just really shocks me.
Which we probably don't have, so that makes sense.
It's possible that Quinn is telling the truth that he was good all game simply because the evil players are a Godfather who never did anything, a Zomboul who never got to do anything, and then I don't know.
So is McKay.
How did you die, Denny?
Because we didn't execute the first day.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
So
Zomboul
you
got to
died
pick
because
one
of the
player.
Zomboul. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we think McKay is the evil outsider?
No,
I
no.
think
McKay's good for sure.
I don't live as
It's gotta be Johnny Ace.
I think it is
What do you
just fucking Coulson.
Concession.
I mean that Johnny Ace is making a strategic concession.
Oh my God,
admitting
you're
that Juan is the
so
evil queen.
Welcome back.
Hard.
Noms are open whenever you guys would like to do them and or say anything you'd
I
like.
will not nominate, since there are certain contingents who do not trust me. I actually think Nina should be the one to nominate Coulson.
Rob?
that's the plan. Quinn, did anything interesting happen to you last night?
Nope, I've been good this whole game.
Okay.
So the safest thing for us to do to prevent the demon from acting is to execute someone again today. If it's a Zomboul game, we should kill Coulson again because they're either Zomboul or it's a mastermind game. Either way, it's the safest thing to do.
I'm not sure how you decided that, but okay.
So
I'll nominate Quinn.
Johnny Ace nominates Quinn. Tell us more.
There are too many outsiders. Quinn or Rob are lying, and I just think it's Quinn.
Well, there's our evil outsider.
Yeah, I think so too.
Quinn?
I think they just outed themselves, honestly.
Yes,
I
he
think
did.
I think they did.
I think Johnny Ace is
There are too many. It's either Goon or what I assume Rob is, because I heard of all the outsiders.
Johnny Ace is the Godfather.
2 votes needed. Put Quinn on the block.
Ace doesn't have to be the Godfather here necessarily.
Well,
He's just-
according to Becca's information, Johnny Ace would make a good Godfather.
That's fair. That's fair.
And Becca using ghost footage is social.
That's assuming Becca is
One's
good.
not enough. Quinn safe.
I will nominate Coulson.
Nina nominates Coulson. Tell us why.
You don't
That's what
have
I
to
was
be-
going to do, Nina.
We're good. Coulson can defend himself.
Yeah, Coulson, you have a defense?
Sure, I think it's Nina. I think the Exorcist is a cover for the Zomboul. was going around saying, well, I picked you and no one died, so you must be the demon, then told Beck I picked you and no one died, so you must be the demon. No one was dying because we were executing, so I just think the Exorcist is covering up for the Zomboul, so I think it's probably Nina.
Colson, the cover for the Zomboul is that there's been someone dying every day, so the Zomboul has not been choosing anyone.
Well, I agree, but that's why we don't need an Exorcist, right? Nina's information doesn't really mean anything.
Well, sure, but we can't... I don't know. I don't like metaing the Storyteller. I think that leads to a dark.
We'll have opportunities to kill Nina if we have to. It's not a problem.
Oh, we will. We for sure will. We're going
2
down
votes.
to 3 today, so...
Nina's still alive, so you will have to kill Nina twice after this if I'm right about that.
Yeah, but
The funny thing, Colson... Go ahead, Rob.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
The funny thing is, Colson, is that if Becca is truly the chambermaid and picked Nina, the Zomboul, and Quinn, the goon, on night 2, then Steve chose to give true information after the chambermaid picked the goon, which is a decision.
Right, well, I think Becca's lying, and Becca's lie is intended to make Nina look good.
Wait, Denny, we didn't execute anyone on day 1, so it would be false information.
On
Because
day 2, Quinn... Oh, good point.
Because day 1, we did not execute anyone.
Actually, that's a fair point. Good call, Quinn. It doesn't change anything, but you're right.
No.
All right, 2 votes if we're going to put Coulson on the block.
Obviously, I don't believe Becca's chambermaid.
I think if Quinn is the goon, he's good right now, so I'd be okay with 4, but I think we need at least 4 votes on this with 3 evils.
The only evil player has already nominated.
3 is enough. Coulson's now on the block. Final call.
Yeah. Denny made the right choice for sure in pulling down.
Bringing this day to a close in 3, 2, 1. Coulson is brought back into the center of town again, re-executed again, and dies. And our game is now over. Congratulations goes to the good team. We did it. We found it. By the way, we haven't had a death in over an hour, a night death in over an hour in this game. We do have indeed Coulson, who was your Zomboul, who was Exorcist picked twice, but both times on nights when he wasn't going to get a kill anyways, by Nina, our Exorcist. I guess the next story we can tell is the story of the 4 outsiders. We have McKay, our Tinker, who died to cover a Zomboul night because there's no death. We did that pretty early. We do have Rob, who was indeed just your moon child. And we do have Quinn, who is your good goon, who stayed good the whole game because there was only one evil pick the entire game, and that was on night 2 when Coulson killed Denny Boy, your minstrel, which procced Ash, the grandmother. So at least you got your good bang for your buck, Coulson, with your 1 kill. The reason there was no other pick was because Johnny Ace was just your godfather, bluffing lunatic, as you guessed, but you never executed a single outsider, so Johnny Ace never got a kill. I'm sorry, Johnny.
Rude.
And over on the other side of the Grim is the other minion, Juan, our mastermind, who died too early to actually give us another day, because we could be going into a mastermind Zomboul day right now. JR was just the fool, and when Fredo gossiped that somebody besides him was the demon, we did gossip kill the fool. Fredo was indeed just your gossip, so that's where I thought you guys were going to get there when you died, because the pieces were there. And Becca, your chambermaid was true, except for the night, as said, you picked the goon, and we were able to give you a 0 when you should have got a 1. The reason you're having a hard time finding numbers is not a lot of people actually woke up in the game. It was mostly just you and Nina most nights.
I'm so mad. I nominated Coulson.
But I got a 4-0 in a row.
4 zeros in a row. Yeah, thank you, Goon, for that. That was fun.
Oh my god.
Oh man,
we had figured it out so early and deviated from the path.
that was a pretty wild game. Like, it was a little bit closer in the middle, but I think 4 nights to no death and not executing an outsider really give Evil a chance to turn the tides.
What did chat think of the game? Did they like it?
Chat was wild. Well, first of all, like some of you guys were saying, just like complete and utter like not true statements, which was fun for chat. I think Coulson was explicitly trusted very hard, and at one point everyone was like, Coulson might be a minion, but he's definitely not the demon, right? That was a very big sentiment. Coulson at the beginning of this game told me my goal is just to pretend to be a minion and not a demon, and so people don't think I'm the demon, and that actually seemed to have worked out for the most part. In fact, Coulson ignored his bluffs trying to get into a double claim and couldn't do it. Sorry, Coulson. Jeffy with the 5 gifted subs and our Whalium splash. Thanks, Jeffy.
Thank you, Jeffy.
So yes, I will say this was indeed redeemed by chat. They wanted to see a Zombull mastermind game. We tried to put enough stings in there to keep things sped up, but you know, you killed our gossip and we didn't execute a single outsider. That's on you. That's on you, Town. That's your guys' fault.
So my 4-minute daytime talking time was an accurate meta.
It's accurate. That's correct.
Good work, Rob.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that for the next game, regardless of what the demon type is, though. It just keeps things moving. I am going to send us to break, or we're going to get racked up for game 2. I know some of you will not be sticking around. Some of you will, so we'll get going soon. Let me pay out the prediction. We forgot to do the prediction, so we did it. We did this prediction during the second night because we forgot to do it during the first night. And in this prediction, 75% of people thought Evil was going to pull through with the win at that point in the game. Yeah.
Wow.
Appreciate your confidence.
People that did good, though, get the pay up.
You get for voting on my team.
Yeah,
we tried.
We had the mastermind saying there. Unfortunately, one got. I would have loved to have done a mastermind day again now, but in a way, looking at the time, I'm kind of glad we did.
So, Coulson, what did you think after
for the 2 people who redeemed deaths with no deaths happening for over an hour? I'll just refund those, and if you'd like, you can cash them in for game 2. All right, I'm gonna take us to break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome back for game 2 here on BMR Spotlight. First game, we showcased the most, not volatile, but the most, not devious, the most infamous.
I'm gonna go into chat, redeem another Zombo Mastermind.
Do it. Do it, JR. I can't, I mean, if you do it under a name, I can't know it's not you, right? That being said, we are going to get set up for game 2. We did, like, here's one thing you will notice. You guys decide you're going to run Zombo Mastermind game in your clock tower circle. You're going to lose half your circle after the first game, which is essentially what happened after our first games. We got a lot of new faces here for game 2. So that's always a lot of fun. But we are going to get wrecked up for game 2. Chat, we'll go set up a bag, and if you have strong opinions, you can state them, and if you want to twist my arm to force me, you still can. The players have asked that you please don't do a Zombo Mastermind, but you know what? Don't bet on me. All right. Hello, chat. So, do we have strong opinions? We Gardner Watar into the Zombo and JR as a Mastermind. That would be fun. That would be fun. Michael with the Death Redemption died peacefully in their sleep, living a long, happy life. Is that meant for me, Alan? Is that meant for me to die, or is that meant for an actual death? Okay, Alan, Michael, first off, we're redeeming a Poe. A Poe definitely speeds up things. Right, the Poe is the demon. He gets 1 kill, but they can choose to not kill to get 3 kills another night. They were building Poe worlds somewhat last game, and they were really worried that it could be a Poe. So it'll be interesting to see all kill rolls. We tried to. I mean, we haven't seen Assassin yet, right? We could just do the thing and flip it and do Devil's Advocate Assassin. Poe's your number 2, like your number 2 favorite character. Hello, Jeffy. How do I give myself more feathers? Asking for a friend. Watching, clicking the, So if you're watching, you get feathers. If you click the little symbols when it shows up, you get things. If you win on the bets, you get feathers. You should have a ton of feathers. I think you get feathers for when you donate, and you're like the number 1 donator. You should be getting tons. Poe is my number 2. Number 1 is joining, obviously. Okay. Favorite demon. Okay. Could show off Godfather -1. We could show off Godfather -1. This is just so much death. Death, death, death. Death, death, death. I think I'm going to do Assassin Mastermind Poe. Let's do Moonchild. Do we want to... Goon is scary for a Poe, though, right? Yeah, it gets to the ST games faster. That's true. Do we want to do a lunatic? I don't think so. Let's show off E-Lady. We'll give Gossip as a bluff. We can give Innkeeper as a way to protect death. Courtier solid. We can do Courtier. Professor, sure, yeah. Let's do Professor. Gambler, sure. Chambermaid's fun. Let's do Chambermaid. What's our last one gonna be? We need an outsider. Yeah, we'll do Tinker. I mean, I'm considering doing Lunatic just to show it off. It's not that it doesn't work, it's just that the Lunatic will figure it out, but that's not necessarily the worst thing. The Lunatic can believe it for a bit. We will show off a different demon. We're going to show off a Lunatic Puka. We're going to do a Lunatic Zombo. So they think we're gonna do a lunatic Zombull and see how that goes. Yeah, we'll do a lunatic Zombull. And then we need one other townsfolk. We have something that saw, something that protects, something that protects. I mean, screw it. Let's do Sailor. Pacifist and Tea Lady kind of are like, I feel like they step on each other too much. But I do like Pacifist. Little. Screw it. We'll do Grandmother. It's not the worst to do it, but like I feel like we're making it so like it's gonna be so hard to kill someone, and like choosing not to execute someone is hard as doing pacifist. But if we want to challenge ourselves, we can do it. You know, they're gonna get on each other's throats about this. They're gonna think that each is lying. All right, cool. Let's pass these out. All right, Rob is our actual demon. Rob becomes the Poe. Juan is our Zombull. So we're gonna mark. There is no A's the Lunatic, so we're just gonna mark Juan as the Lunatic. Okay. And then we're going to do any setup abilities. Tea Lady will never look here. Look, Tea Lady will never proc, right? Tea Lady will always be next to an evil, and we see that's the case. Innkeeper, Gambler, Chambermaid, Moonchild. There's really no setup that we really need to do. We need to pick the Lunatic minions. We're gonna show. We're gonna show an actual minion in Coulson. Ooh, should we show Rob? Should we show Rob? Nah, that's too much. We'll show, wait, between the Tea Lady and the Pacifist, we won't show a neighbor, we'll show Tiffy. Minion too. So he gets the married couple. All right, that should be all we need to do. Rob or Motaro instead of Coulson. Like if we show Motaro, we're not going to show Coulson, right? We show one. There we go. Let's try this. I don't want to do it on Rob. I feel like it's too risky. Although we do have a mastermind. Minion one. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Good call. Fact. Let's do a prediction. Will we have a successful Poe charge kill? AKA the Poe gets off a 3-kill night. They doesn't have to have 3 people die, but it has to be a 3-kill night. Thanks for the cheer, Jeffy. All right. That should be it. Let's put them to sleep.
So it was that
other players
in person.
Your roles.
Very chaotic.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. See, I told
Good
you.
night.
Oh, I know. We've gotten screwed by that before.
So many times. Banana.
But yeah, in person was a lot of fun. I hope to do it again. It's up near one of my partners. They have games on Sundays.
You found a group to go play with? That's great.
Yeah, It's the thing is, it's like 2 hours away. So it's like if I'm going to visit my partner and we both want to go play on a Sunday.
There's so many more places to play live now than there was when I first started playing. Like,
let's talk about Bliss.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, and yet the closest near me is.
We said we were going to give Gambler, which works for, Gossip, which works for like the Assassin essentially, or the Poe Knight. We don't have like a DA or anything. Minstrel could work to cover a Poe Knight. We were going to put Sailor in, but we didn't. We'll give Exorcist as a bluff. Dear God in heaven, says Matara. We're going to wake one, and we're going to say, these are your minions. And we're going to say player Tiffy and player Rob. And then we're going to say these characters are not in play. And we're going to show Pacifist, Courtier, and Grandmother. That might get Juan to ghost to someone as a grandmother and try to pretend to be their grandmother. These are your minions. These characters are not in play. This player one is your lunatic. You are the evil Poe. That's a lot of information right there. These are your minions. These characters are not in play. This player is the lunatic. You are the evil Poe.
There's
Juan,
no
what is it
way.
with you in drawing red every time?
We need to stop. This is the Evil Steve. This is an intervention. You need to stop giving me red tokens.
Listen, I can't be responsible for you getting red tokens. That's the asphalt.
No. But you, sir, you are responsible for putting another zone bull on the
that I can take responsibility for. I am sorry, Juan. That unfortunately will be something that I will have to live with, because first of all, nobody will expect it. It's the least thing you guys will expect. Secondly, chat redeemed it. I could have said no, but I didn't.
The only thing that at this point I would not be surprised by is if you also put a mastermind.
Well, don't meta me.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I will meta you.
Hopefully this goes a little smoother than last time.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Good luck, Juan. Hey, Rob.
Hey,
I just wanted to come. I gave you a huge dump of information.
I saw that. I didn't even know I got a token, so that was fun to all of a sudden see.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do the lunatic token, but I am telling you that you are indeed the Poe.
No, I'm not. I'm the exorcist.
Yeah, or you could be the exorcist. That's fine. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm 100% the exorcist. So it was gossip, minstrel, and exorcist, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Good luck.
Bye.
Bye. Let's see if Becca wants to use it. Hey, Becca.
Hello.
All right, what are you thinking? A night one Courtier?
I kind of want to Courtier drunk the Godfather because it's really funny if a Godfather gets wrong outsiders.
That's always really spicy.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. We're going to Courtier drunk the Godfather.
Courtier drinking the Godfather it is. Thank you, Becca, for this gift. So that's a good thing to talk about, right? We've talked a little bit like moves on BMR. As the Courtier, you don't necessarily know what you want to do off the bat, but the Godfather is a really solid one to pick because the Godfather would then learn incorrect information about what outsiders are in play, and that could easily help you find the Godfather. You could lie to them about being a -1 when it's a +1 or vice versa. So that's really good. The other one, I agree, stupid shellfish, the DA, right? Because on day one, everyone's always like, we're gonna test the DA, but no, you drunk the DA. The day one never protects, right? Which is a rude wake up call. If you're gonna use it night one, those are definitely the best choices. Unfortunately, Becca has used it. There is no Godfather in play, and so it is wasted. All right, let's get Fredo in here. Fredo, it's a blank chair. There he is. How's it going, sir?
Good. I just got my dinner ready. But yeah, what's up?
First of all, we gotta get the deets. What are you eating for dinner?
I am eating fried plantains, chicken, baked chicken, and strawberry and pineapple.
Strawberry and pineapple, like on the chicken?
No.
Just like strawberry and pineapple on the side. Because like a strawberry pineapple chutney topping on a chicken breast actually doesn't sound the worst to me.
No, that sounds actually pretty good. I might try that another day, but
okay.
Today, no, it's just quick grilled chicken or like baked chicken in the toaster oven.
Yeah, gotcha. Fredo, who are we picking?
Oh, we'll go Ninja Nina and Pam's.
Ninja Nina and you say Pangams?
Yeah, Pangams. I'll go with my two neighbors.
They're not quite your two neighbors. They're neighbors to one direction.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And the neighbor down the street. You know.
Fredo, you're gonna learn a 0.
0.
Now, what are your thoughts of Chambermaid? Like, are you looking to catch people in lies? It's a very powerful townsfolk.
It is one of the few information roles in BMR, and it's very powerful.
Yes, it is.
Especially if you can coordinate your info well and you can live long enough. It's just tough to not what am I gonna bluff? I mean, I can bluff anything else, but everything else is gonna be like, oh, science.
Science is a thing that gets said a lot on the script.
It does get said a lot on the script. Now, my favorite for this script is I like Tea Lady because you can do so much with it.
Yeah.
It's like a beefed up empath.
It's an empath, but it's a risky empath. You know what I mean? Like you gotta do science.
Yeah, and then in this script, you gotta take the risk. Yeah, risk it for the biscuit, baby.
All right, see how it goes for you, Fredo. Good luck.
Thank you very much, sir. Talk to you later.
Matara, I just had to come follow up on your response. Good, dear God in heaven.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you don't like the evil team that you were shown, or you just know it's like a very loud evil team, or what's the deal?
I'm worried that the luck that Rob had in the previous game, where for whatever reason nobody ever tunneled on him, they didn't even consider him as a Godfather candidate.
Yeah,
I'm worried that sheen has dried up for this game. So I'm worried that it's going to be suddenly one of those things where. Especially with Tiffy here. Tiffy loves to tunnel on Rob and then just 8 hands shoot up and I'm like, okay, we're cooked. It is what it is.
Fun. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe people have come around on Rob. Last game, he managed to do it. Even though he looked, from my perspective, sus as hell, he still managed to fly under everyone's radar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, the goal is if the game lasts a while, I will maybe try to get him to throw me under the bus or something.
All right.
Distract.
Well,
good
luck.
So we'll see how it goes.
Good luck, Matar.
All right. Thank you.
Taking call, and they have to provide emergency services for what they offer during the day. That's EMTALA. So
good morning to all of our players. Unfortunately, last night I died. It was very sad. But that happens a lot around here, so I wouldn't read into it too much. Wait, what's that? Never mind. There's a note in my pocket that says a demon did it. Cool.
Fair enough.
Go figure it out. 4 minutes.
Not cool. Bad.
Oh, I want to talk to Nina. Oh,
Very
man.
bad.
All right.
What's a hard claim with?
Please tell me you're a mastermind.
Yes, I am the mastermind. Are you the Zambul?
Oh my god, we got a Zambul mastermind again. This is so insane. This is
Sweetie.
totally.
Juan, you're the lunatic. I'm not the mastermind.
You, Steve.
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 Steven.
Stevenson. What did you do?
Steven,
What did you do?
Steven.
Go to your room. You are grounded. You all chat. Whoever redeemed the lunatic, if somebody redeemed the lunatic, you're grounded. You're grounded. Okay.
You're grounded. You're grounded. And you're grounded. And you're grounded.
Okay, so I'm the lunatic.
You're
Okay.
the lunatic.
Oh, that was the fastest way to solve it. Okay, perfect. I'm the lunatic. Thank you so much. Where
You're
are you,
welcome.
Tiffy?
If you would like, instead of coming out, you can just claim tea lady. Let's go.
So you are the tea lady?
I am the tea lady.
Okay, but I cannot claim the tea lady.
So in this case, the lunatic was strung along for exactly 5 seconds into this game. This is the problem with online meta. Everyone has private chats very easily. It's very hard for a lunatic to get strung along. It is what it is. We tried.
I'll give you. I know you like to do the little acronym thing. So I'll give you.
You're right, Rock and Rolla.
Tim. I'm either the Tinker.
He didn't want a red token, and now he's mad he doesn't have one.
Innkeeper. I'm either the Tinker, the Innkeeper, or the Minstrel.
You know, I didn't even think along those lines.
Please tell me you're a mastermind and this was a Zambul mastermind again.
Oh, what?
I'm saying, please tell me you are the mastermind and that Evil Steve made a Zambul mastermind game again. I'm the Zambul.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Are you?
I'm seeing a Zambul token and I was told you were my minion.
Yeah, it's not a Zambul game again. You got to be the fucking lunatic.
Okay, bye, Rob.
Bye.
Wait, what are you? What are you then?
I mean, I'm a good player. I'm not coming out with my role yet, but I can tell you, I'm not your fucking minion.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to curse chat. Sorry.
Okay. Thanks, Rob. Bye.
Bye bye.
I don't believe that. So Tiffy wanted to out her role right away to me. Is Rob just a minion? And it's a minion that I caught without bluffs. Rob could be a minion whose demon didn't tell Rob that they had a lunatic. Too much to think.
Well, I will say, Chad did point out you were very mad at me for giving you a red token. And then you seemed mad you didn't have a red token. So make up your mind.
Because the only worse thing than you giving me a red token is you making me believe I have a red token.
Well, what can I say?
Disc. Right.
You want it. Minstrel and Exorcist are the other bluffs.
Okay, I guess I'll take Gossip. So he's the Poe. Honestly, I'm gonna go to him and just maybe tell him to
Battle
charge
Axel, the
tonight
first
and
time
I'll
chat.
assassinate.
Okay.
Maybe I'll try to claim that it was my Gossip that went off.
Let's do that. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Battle Axel says, I was wondering if Rob would go with it and we'd end up with the mastermind. If Rob had gone with it, honestly, it might not have been the worst. It would have been a quick game, but it would have been a pretty easy mastermind win, I think. The fact that he didn't kind of dodges one bullet. We'll see, though. Juan does think he's a minion, which is interesting because he's actually the demon. Oh, crazy. All right, everyone, welcome back to town. It is time for the daily puppet show, because, you know, we do have minstrels in this town that do like to do puppet shows. We were talking about this with Denny Boy last game. There's only two real methods of fun in this town. One is gossiping about your neighbors, and the other is this minstrel that just puts on shows in the tavern. So if you have something interesting to say, you can raise your hand. If you have a gossip you'd like to accuse someone of, you can also raise your hand, and I'll call on you. We'll start with Motaro.
I'd like to gossip that there are more evils on the left side of the Grim than the right side of the Grim. Nina to Becca, clockwise inclusive.
Heard. Gossip heard. Tiffy?
Tiffy would like to gossip that there are exactly two of the following characters in play. Pacifist, courtier, grandmother.
Gossip heard.
I would like to gossip that you were tempted to do Zombo Mastermind, but chat shouted you down.
You know, gossip heard. Colson?
Gossip, there's a lunatic in play.
Gossip heard. Fredo?
I would like to gossip. There's a demon between Becca and Eric, clockwise inclusive.
Between Becca and Eric, clockwise inclusive. Got it. Heard. I gotta say, after the last gossip, people were very confused by your gossip, Fredo. Even like Twitch chat was divided on what your gossip actually meant on day one of the last game.
I don't know why. It's just basically saying me, not the demon.
I was with you. Rob?
I'd like to gossip that there is a goon in play.
Gossip heard. Johnny Ace?
I would like to gossip that at least one evil player is at a cardinal point.
Gossip heard. Juan?
Hi everyone, I am your local lunatic. Except I'm not local, I am outsider. But I'm a lunatic! I went and talked to my 2 minions. Both of them told me they are not my minions. I saw the Zombull token. So I don't know if that means there's a Zombull or not.
Yay!
But yeah, so there may be a Zombull in play. Who knows if there's a Zombull in play or not. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Hell yeah. Round 2.
Nominations are open.
They're not actually the Zombull, but okay. I think we'll believe you.
Juan will nominate Rob.
Nominates Rob. Tell us why.
I'm meta-in Steve, and I should not be meta-in Steve. It's just, if chat, you should never meta your storytellers, but I will meta my storyteller. I got Tiffy and Rob as minions. I don't think there's a world where Steve will give me two good players as minions. At least one of them has to be a minion. Now, Tiffy did tell me right away her role. And she was even willing to role swap with me and to work with me and try to figure out how to solve stuff. Tiffy's behaviors today throughout the gossips also made me believe Tiffy's good. Rob didn't want to tell me anything, which might just be that Rob just doesn't trust me, which, I mean, who will trust me after last game? But I think we should do a version of the War of Lunis and make the War Lunatic and kill my minions.
Rob, your defense?
So I did hard claim to one person, Nina, and they can say that my role that I claimed would be a role I wouldn't want to just come right out and say what I was. Yeah, that's the main reason why I didn't say anything to Juan. But, I've seen Juan make this play before where they're claiming to be a lunatic with the evil token, but they're not. Just to get the people to try to suss information out of people. No, never? You've never done it?
I think this might be the first time I get the lunatic token, to be honest. But I might be wrong.
Okay.
Well, it was a very genuine reaction from him when our first conversation.
No, I think it's very likely that they are a lunatic Zombull, but that doesn't mean I'm a good choice to kill.
All right. 6 votes is the number.
Wow, already.
Hey.
6 is enough.
We did better than last.
We got more than 5 last game. Yeah, we got more than 5. Congratulations. Rob is now on the block.
There's always a first time for everything.
This is not that kind of stream, May.
Second call for nominations. Oh, okay. Last game we couldn't get anyone on the block. We got 9 nominations on the first day. This game we're getting 1 nomination and no one else wants to nominate. Fine. Bringing this day to a close. I think people are just like burned out. They're like, move on with the game. Speed it up. Bringing this day. Rob?
Well, JR was first.
Oh, JR. Sorry. Go ahead, JR.
I would like to gossip that the demon is either Coulson, Penguins, or Nina.
Gossip heard. Rob?
I'll nominate Becca just because I think my character's not a great one to die.
Anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think the role that Becca claimed to me wouldn't be a bad one to die just because I don't think there's a way for them to have a negative effect on the good team at the moment.
Becca?
Assuming that Becca claimed the correct role to me. So
I claimed absolute bullshit to you because I didn't believe you for a second.
oh my god.
7's the number.
I mean, in her defense, did you tell her the truth, Rob?
No, I only told Nina the truth. I told you that already.
Exactly. I'm just.
Sorry, Rob.
All right, 0 is not enough. Bringing this day to a close in 3, 2, 1. Rob is executed and dies. Good night, everyone.
Nice.
Hmm.
I'm gonna guess. I wanted Rob to die because I'm the Godfather, and Rob is clearly giving goon energy, and I want to have it kill tonight.
Very interesting. Okay, so we saw the last game how BMR can go on for a very long time. Now we're showing how BMR can be very short because we are now in what is referred to as a mastermind. The mastermind is a minion that reads, if the demon dies by execution ending the game, which just happened, play for one more day. If a player is then executed, their team loses. The prediction, we're gonna pay out the prediction real quick because there was no successful bow charge at all. But we're gonna run another prediction. Who wins this game? Who wins this game? Because it's ending tomorrow. It could go either way. It's very likely to go either way. Let's see what you guys. Let's see if you can double dip on your predictions. All right, where do we go next? We go to Penguins. Hey, Penguins.
Hello.
Who are we protecting tonight?
The two people that have consented to being picked, which would be Becca and JR.
Becca and JR it is. Now I gotta ask because we did not have an innkeeper actually in play last game. It's kind of like a souped up monk, right? Like in Trouble Brewing, the monk's very powerful. It's like you versus the demon. Can you suck out who the demon is doing? But the innkeeper, it's a little bit more of like a wide net, right? You're protecting multiple people, so the odds are in your favor. But the downside is you're forced to potentially drunk someone. So what is your thoughts about that? It sounds like you went and talked to people and said, "Are you okay being drunked?"
Yeah. Basically, like if someone is okay being drunked, then because like there's some rules that are fine being drunked that are also good to keep, which like for example, Becca told me that she's a courtier that picked Godfather, and I know that a Godfather's not going to act tonight, so Becca in theory is good to protect. But also, like what some innkeepers like to do is at a certain point in the game, they like to go on the offense and
Sure.
people that they think that are evil and know that one of them is guaranteed to be drunk.
Yeah,
So
I mean that's true, right? Because you pick
may
two
or may
who
not see me doing later.
one of them has to be evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a solid strategy. You can actually turn the innkeeper offensive. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's a good strategy tip for those players out there that don't know what to do with innkeeper.
Yeah.
All right, well, hopefully you get to use that strategy later.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Fingers. Spoiler alert: you won't. Let's get Nina.
Starting to wonder if they killed me out of spite from last game.
Nope. Sorry, Chat and I were having a lot of fun.
All right,
Who are
I'm
we
having a
gambling?
lot of fun because I don't know if you picked up on this. I don't know if you were around to hear that Johnny Ace and I went to school together and we didn't know it.
What?
Yes.
You just happened to randomly go to like elementary school?
No, high school. We were
High
just
school.
talking about where, like, Johnny Ace said that where they were from, and I said, "Oh, I grew up outside of New York and in Bergen County." And
It just
they're like,
happened in the same
"Where?"
high school.
We were at the same high school.
You didn't know each other? Were you the same grade, different grade?
different grade.
Got it.
He's a couple years older than me. They are a couple of years older.
They're a couple years old. Okay, so you weren't in the same class, so you weren't like less likely to know each other. Okay, interesting.
Yep.
What a small world when you see things
I
like that happen.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So I am going to pick Johnny Ace as the pacifist.
Johnny Ace as the pacifist. It is. All right, perfect. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you. Bye.
Such a small world. It's crazy when things like that happen. Hey, Mataro. Would you like to use your ability?
I could honestly puke right now. Oh my god, I don't know who anyone is. Fredo says they get info, ongoing info, so gambler or chambermaid. Eric told me that they're an ability that they have an ability they've never had a chance to use before. So I'm thinking he's either Courtier. Oh my god, because oh man, if he's a Courtier and he drank with the mastermind, we're absolutely cooked. All right, I've seen people pull this move before, so I'm praying they think it's a charge and I died from my gossip. I'm gonna assassinate myself.
Mataro is choosing to assassinate himself. Bold choice, Mataro. One that I think chat will appreciate.
Okay, I think somehow. Oh yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna go vomit now. Thank you.
Thanks, Mataro. Doing more with the raid. Hello, Dwight. Hello, Tafka. You've entered into a mastermind day. We had the first game that was a Zombull game that went forever. We now have. We're doing BMR Spotlight tonight. Now we have an assassin self-kill. Very interesting. Shellfish, I saw you call this out, right? When in this situation, if you kill yourself as the mastermind, it's one less evil for them to potentially execute tomorrow. So as long as nobody's thinking about mastermind, which, right, who would, you now have, if we're just going at a random chance, it's basically there's 10 alive, so a 9 out of 10 chance of winning. Eric can solve by pinging Rob, but Rob could just be a minion, right? Rob could just be a minion. But in this case, yeah, let's get Eric.
Hello.
Hello, Eric. Would you like to use your ability?
Should I call Rob's bluff? Sure. I'll choose Rob.
All right, you're gonna use your ability and pick Rob.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Bye.
Thank you, Eric. Oh, real quick. Professor, right? Definitely one of the strongest Clock Tower characters. Doesn't work on almost any other script because bringing someone back from the dead is like so freaking powerful. So what are your thoughts on this? Like, do you have any hesitation in using it, or like you're just saying I'm going to use it on the first opportunity?
I think it's a great confirmation roll, and I'm more interested in knowing if Rob really was the exorcist and come back to life than anything. So that's why I'm using it. But
it's definitely good information.
It's the Skifka, the Shab, and everything. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking like purely game strategy, right? A res later in the game could always just be a Shab, but a res on night 2 always has to be a Professor. It's the only way to hard confirm yourself.
Exactly. As I was saying, it creates a confirmation. Right?
Exactly. So that using it at night 1, it's less. I mean, you're trading like more info about maybe picking the best role, but you're kind of hard confirming yourself. That is interesting. So, Rob, it is.
Alrighty. Bye.
All right. Thanks, Eric. A professor that is unable to res the demon. Ooh. Jared did not die. Fredo's going to get some information. Hey, Fredo. You're still alive.
Hi.
Pick 2 players.
No way. There's no way I'm still alive. No. This is just a bluff. Okay. That's fine. We'll play this game. Let's do Tiffy and Motaro.
All right, you pick Tiffy and Taro. Fredo, that is an invalid choice. Can you please pick again?
Okay. I will pick Tiffy and Eric.
Tiffy and Eric. And you are going to learn 1.
That girl is so evil. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Fredo. That is a good thing right there, protecting against that. The assassin died. The chambermaid can't pick a dead player, so it becomes an invalid choice when you do it. Matara's still throwing up. We are on a mastermind day, so if a good player is executed tomorrow, their team loses. Otherwise, good wins if nobody is executed. This is definitely the other end of the BMR spectrum, so hang tight and let's see how this ends up going.
Character before.
Good morning, players. Last night, Motaro died peacefully in his sleep after living a long, happy life in Ravenswood Bluff, aka about a week. I'll give you guys 4 minutes.
Wait.
I gotta say hi to my friend in chat. Hi, Tomer.
Hi to Nina's friend in chat.
Hi, Nina's friend in chat.
Tomer also went to school with me.
Oh no, I cannot hear you. I'll refresh because I cannot hear you.
No, I see your bars going, but I also don't hear it. It gets weird. Maybe you need to refresh. Because I can see... Let me make sure I can hear other people. Say something, Juan.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Juan. I can see Eric's bars going up and down, but I'm not actually hearing him.
Oh no.
So it's definitely an app issue.
Okay, I'll wait for Eric. I have an accusation. I need to point my finger at Eric because Motaro died.
Chat? Nope.
Hello.
Hello, is this any better?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're evil.
Cool. Now, if you're going to tell me you drank with me last night.
No, I am the lunatic. I saw the Zubul token. I told everyone in town. I did not drink with anyone. But Motaro could have not died if you. Sorry. Wait.
What?
Sorry. Let me go. Let me go one step back. What do you mean that if I told you I drank with you? What are you?
I am the professor, and it did not resurrect Rob. I tried.
Look at that look.
Wait, hold on. So you're a professor. You tried resurrecting Rob. So Rob was probably one of the minions. So that's why. So I got Rob and
Well,
Tiki
that's a
as my
possibility.
minions.
I'm just trying to rule out a sailor or an innkeeper.
Okay, I'll let you try to find if there's a sailor and innkeeper. I need to figure out why did Motaro die if you're...
Did he really? He ignored this conversation.
Hey, what are you?
That is weird. I am the tea lady. I don't know why you died last night. Let's kill Eric.
Yeah, sure. I think he's the courtier. So I don't
Unless
know.
you were specifically assassin killed yesterday.
Yeah, that's the only way I could die. Yeah, I don't mind
If only.
killing Eric. Have you talked to him?
I have not. No, I just messaged him.
He told me he's a powerful townsfolk with an ability he's never ever been able to use before. So I just thought he was a courtier, maybe a professor.
Ooh, well, I mean, if he was a professor, he should have resurrected Rob. Rob's claiming townsfolk.
Assassin. I'm trying to think of all the ways you could be evil because I trust too easily.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just shrugged it off, Maya.
If we have an assassin. Beyond that, are there any? There's not a gambler. You could be the Zomboul.
I got put on the block pretty darn easily.
Yeah, but as a Zomboul, like that kind of makes it nicer. Look what happened last game where Coulson couldn't get on the block, or at least couldn't stay on the block.
If you want to believe on the Zomboul, that's fine. But I think there's
I'm just saying I haven't
ruled
ruled
where Steve is playing two Zumbouls in a row and
Go up with anything interesting?
Well,
I won't.
Let's say
That's what you check.
let's see. So far, I believe you.
Okay, sounds good.
Eric has hard claim to be a professor that tried resurrecting Rob. Rob did not get resurrected. Coulson has hard claim to be the minstrel. And if there was a death, Rob cannot be a minion. If Rob cannot be a minion and was not resurrected, Rob has to be a demon.
But listen, Juan, I'm also the tea lady. And so Motaro shouldn't have been able to die.
All right, welcome back to town. It is time for tap dancing and gossip. Tap dancing and tea, as we like to call it here. So if anyone has anything like to share, whether gossip related or just general town information, the floor is open. Just raise your hand and I'll call on you.
We might want to...
Fredo.
I would like to gossip that the demon exists between Coulson and Fredo, clockwise inclusive.
Gossip heard.
Thank you.
Johnny Ace.
I would like to gossip that either Juan, Eric, or Fredo are the demon.
Gossip heard. Juan.
I want to paint the world to town. So, Rob, you're claiming to be the gambler, correct?
No.
Oh. Are you claiming anything?
Yeah. I told everyone I was the exorcist.
Perfect. Okay, that's even better. We have a professor that tried resurrecting Rob. Rob did not resurrect. Unless somebody claims to have drunk with that professor, then Rob cannot be a townsfolk. We have also, there's a hard claim of a minstrel. Motaro died. If Motaro died because of a demon kill, or because of, no, if Motaro died in general, and this is not a minstrel night, therefore Rob cannot be a minion. So if Rob is not a minion, Rob is not a townsfolk, there's no reason for an outsider to claim to be a townsfolk, especially the exorcist. That makes me believe Rob is the demon. Now, if Rob is the demon, the only one thing that is not explained is Motaro died. Motaro should have not died for reasons. But Motaro died. So Motaro could have just been an assassin killed person. And if an assassin killed Motaro, it could be because they were trying to hide the fact that Rob was the Zombul. So if Rob is the Zombul, we should just double tap Rob. If Rob is not the Zombul and is another demon and Rob is dead, this is a mastermind day, we should kill Rob. Both cases. I would love to nominate Rob as soon as nominations are open.
We can kill Rob whenever. I'd rather go after the professor that tried to claim.
Unless it's a mastermind day.
I'd rather go on the other side of Tiffy. I don't know if you want to out, but
like that's.
So the problems I have with all this
Juan's
thing
world's
is
too convoluted.
it's just as likely that there's a professor that's either lying or whatever, and there's just no way there's a Zombul mastermind thing again.
And it couldn't have been a minstrel. There wouldn't have been a kill. I'd rather go for the other side of the tea lady.
JR?
I actually don't hate the world where we could have a mastermind, especially because if we think that this could be a mastermind day, I don't know where this professor is, if we're believing this professor, there are 10 players alive. Like, if we go for Rob, if we double tap Rob today and we're wrong and it's kind of the waste of a day, it's not like we're like near the end point of the game where this is going to risk us losing. In fact, the lowest risk time is going to be to do it now because it both allows us to double tap Rob and avoid the possibility of a mastermind before. If we think there's other living demon candidates, great, we can go for them after this. There's so many people.
Agree. And the professor is a clearly good evil candidate, so I would 1000% support JR's idea also. Let's go for Rob today, and if we still continue playing the game, let's go kill that professor.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
This will be a nom hand.
You can kill me again, don't matter to me.
Go ahead, Juan.
Juan nominates Rob.
You've laid it out pretty thoroughly. Did you want more time?
Nope. No need to.
Rob?
It's fine. You can kill me if you want.
5 is the number.
And I would totally put Zombo Mastermind in the back again. That means nothing to me.
I think chat would do that. I love you, chat, but I don't put that.
7 is enough. Rob's on the block.
I'm in chat fairly regularly.
I let you do that. That's the point. But
I mean, I really don't think Rob is the demon. We easily got him on the block, and then nobody tried to lift him. But I guess if it's specifically Zombo Mastermind again, that makes sense. But yeah,
right.
Oh no.
And like, I'd rather close a world than like be like, okay, but there's still this other possibility.
I mean,
it also
there will still be a possibility tomorrow because it could be if it's Zombo Mastermind, we would technically have to triple top.
We should do it.
From my
That is
perspective, you know, I know I have a blue token. I know I'm good. This is just a waste of time. We can always double tap me later.
If that professor is lying, like that's so just like they know they're gonna get caught. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Fun.
I truly I don't have any reason to believe the professor or anybody else, but the combination of the professor with the minstrel with the protection the Motaro has, so I'm not gonna say more about that. Those three things combined sounds like Rob. The professor by itself, it could totally be. That's what I'm saying. Like if we continue going, we should kill the professor.
Do we have any claims of innkeeper or sailor that could have professor or
final call for nominations?
I've heard of an innkeeper, and my understanding is that innkeeper did not drink or did not protect you.
Why don't
Or,
we
like-
just kill the professor today? I'm not really sure.
Or like, I'm sorry, not you. Like
I'd rather
my
kill-
understanding is the innkeeper did not protect the professor.
Bringing this
It
day
seems
to a
like there's-
close.
It seems like trying to hard sell a world to somebody who got the Zombo token.
3, 2, 1. Rob is brought back to the center of town, dug up, executed, stays dead, and our game is now
What?
with congratulations going to the good team, because you are indeed correct. Rob is the demon, but not the Zombo. Rob is your Poe. We did show Juan, the lunatic, the Zombo, just to see, just to mess with him a little bit. We thought that was fun, but also
a lot.
We did the unthinkable, right? We showed the demon in the minion pings, or in the lunatic minion pings. Juan chose to go to Tiffy first, your tea lady, and got outed. I think you lasted as a lunatic about 5 seconds into this game before it was blown wide open. And then you went to Rob, still pretending that you were still believing you were the lunatic, but Rob did not take that bait. He actually showed some composure, although in the end, he still got executed for it. The game did not end because Coulson, our mastermind, prolonged the game by 1 day. Everything might have gone okay, except for possibly the minstrel bluff kind of coming back and hurting Evil there, because Eric, your professor, did indeed try to raise Rob last night unsuccessfully. But how did Motaro die? Well, Motaro was assassin killed, of course. He's the assassin. He's the self-killing assassin. To take one more evil player off the block. Yeah, I mean, Becca did the cool thing and drank with the Godfather that was not in play. Ingham's, the innkeeper, didn't hit. I mean, there was no demon to protect from at that point. We were talking about all this cool strategy you had for late in the game. I wish we could have saw it, but we didn't. Johnny Ace, the pacifist. We thought by putting the pacifist and the tea lady in play, we'd put you guys at odds with each other because no one would believe we do both, but we did. And then Nina gambled Johnny Ace correctly and stayed alive. Fredo, the chambermaid, tried to pick Motaro last night, but was thwarted because Motaro self-killed. Therefore, Fredo could not pick Motaro. But he did learn that Eric did indeed wake up last night. Between Tiffy and Eric, one did wake up, which is interesting. And then JR just is the Moonchild. Jesus, you guys. We went from the longest BMR game to like the shortest BMR game, and yet you still managed to land on the, well, maybe we should double tap just in case Rob's the demon and we're in a mastermind day, when we were. Holy crap.
Steve, I called it.
Yes, Motaro, I think, called it from the beginning. like from the beginning, Motaro was giving us the running commentary, which was funny. Fun thing, we did a prediction on who would, if we would get a Poe charge or not. The start of the game, that went out the window day one. So then on night two, we pivoted and we said, who will win this game? And wouldn't you know it, it was actually pretty evenly split going into night two. 52% voted on evil, 48% voted on good. Good did snake it in the end. So we actually got 2 predictions in this game. Congratulations to those of you who believed. I didn't believe. I was looking at this board going, there's no way this happens until the slightest possibility of hint and helping was when Eric tried to use the professor ability, which of course you're going to use professor ability, but that, of course, that was the one slight wrinkle in this plan. And that, my friends, that is the exact polar opposite of the first style of BMR, when the games just end instantly. You got to be constantly paranoid about who's dying, who's not dying, why they're not dying, why they're not coming back to life. It's a very, very swingy kind of game. So congratulations to Good on both games. I think Good won both games tonight.
We did.
Yes. I think it's really nice to actually have both the longer game and the shorter game. It shows how versatile BMR can be.
Whatever, Johnny.
Motaro's been like sending me like vomit emojis since the beginning of this game, since he learned the evil team, since he learned we were in a mastermind day and everything. It was very, very interesting.
No, I just said like poor Rob. I don't know if he's going to have the luck he did in the last game. I think he's going to get tunneled on, and then he gets like 1,000 hands on day one. I'm like, oh shit.
You got exactly enough. You got 6.
Yeah, that self-killing assassin was really good, Motaro.
Compared to last game, Penguins, that was basically 100 hands.
There were 7.
I mean, if Juan doesn't bring up that world, and frankly, Juan is just a very good player / storyteller, knows all the nuances of the game. But like, if Juan doesn't bring up that world, we basically made it so that any other execution besides Coulson, we win the game. It was kind of a sweet play by Motaro. So
yeah, definitely. And I went to talk to Eric first because I was like, why did Motaro die? Is Eric evil? Eric outs the professor information. And we left that conversation with, oh, Rob is 1,000% a minion. That's why he got it in the minion pings. We got rid of one minion. Motaro might be an assassin kill minion, so he's an assassin. And whatever Rob was, let's find the demon. Up until Coulson sent me a private conversation. And Coulson told me, like, oh, I'm a minstrel, so Rob cannot be a minion. It's like, oh, no.
It is one of those things that is very hard to coordinate as evil with the set of minions in play.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, essentially, the idea that you guys locked in on the one world it was feels very unlikely. It's weighed against the idea that if you're wrong, you have one shot at that world, right? That's what Mastermind does. So, like, yes, most likely Rob is not the demon and we're not in a Mastermind day. But if he is, maybe it's worth wasting an execution day 2, sorry. But we could have used some of that energy last game when the Zombul was trying to kill and you guys were executing players every day. It's just interesting the way it swings, right?
Yeah, if I don't come out publicly with me being the exorcist, bluffing an exorcist, which is one of my bluffs, Eric may not choose me as a professor because obviously it's a good role for him to choose, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of hurt me a little bit. I think the fact that there was a professor hurt me obviously. But Minstrel was one of our bluffs, so we were trying to, stick with our bluffs to sell the world, but it just didn't work out. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to use it early. Hinted you might have been an outsider. It would be tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the other that might.
Rob.
So rarely confirmed good, and now it's just a short game.
What's that?
So I'm so rarely confirmed good, and I was this game, and then it just ended.
It just ended, yeah. Well, we're gonna. I did pay out that prediction already, so I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of BMR tonight. I will say that if you enjoy watching Clock Tower, great, continue watching our content. But if you're actually interested in playing Clock Tower, a lot of people watch it, they don't know where to start. They're like, I don't have a gaming group to play with. I don't know how to start. I'll tell you how you can start. Join our Discord server right now. Go to join.thegrim.gg to join our Discord server. Mathblade is going to be running a game like right now. You can play right now with some of these cool people, some of the cool people in chat, some of the cool people on our server, and we'll teach you. You don't have to worry if you've never played before. We love teaching new players more than anything. So if you're watching this live on Twitch right now, come play with us right now. If you're watching this later on a recording, just join our Discord server anyways. We have games going all the time. Almost every day there's some event going on. We want to teach you Clock Tower. We want to grow this. And we can only do that if you help by coming to our server and playing. That's my spiel. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you players enjoyed BMR. And the only other thing I'll say is the other chance you can play, come to Vegas. There's a Vegas con coming later this year, so come play with us there. You guys missed it, but before the stream, I was showing off the Birmingham convention in the UK, and I showed the photos of the Grim members that were hanging out there and playing, and I was really excited. So that could be you. You can come play with us, and we'll get a group photo in Vegas. Yes, Becca?
If you would like a free badge to come hang out with us in Vegas, you can volunteer for 12 hours as well. And the volunteer application is open on the Discord for Vegas as well.
There you go. That's another way to do it. There's always needing volunteers. You can volunteer your time and get a free badge to the event. Becca will be coordinating a lot of that volunteers. So you can go hang out with Becca all weekend. It'll be fun. And if there's other, we offer and everything, we haven't officially announced this yet. We're still working out the details, but we will be giving away a badge to the Vegas Con. And I think the way we're going to do it this year is we're going to give it away by participating in our server games. If you come and play on our server, that's how you get entries into actually getting a badge to come play with us in person. Instead of just randomly giving it to a viewer that's watching live, we're going to give it away to somebody that's active in our community. So we're giving away at least one badge in that manner, maybe more. So come and sign up on our server and wait for the announcement, because that's probably coming soon. Maybe we're going to pick a month, and all games in that month will qualify for the badge. Yeah, go join Mathblade's game. We're starting right now. Shout out to Mathblade. Awesome pings to Mathblade in chat. Awesome pings to everyone. Thank you guys. Everyone else, stay safe, stay healthy, take care, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, everyone. Good night. I'll see if there's anyone to raid. Dwight Moore did raid us towards the end of that year. Dwight Moore raided us right during the Mastermind night. So I don't know if anyone's still playing, but we'll find out if anyone is. But hang tight. Bye, everyone. See you next week.
Bye. Happy Pride.